And we're back. Yeah, some kind of technical glitch, either from Xfinity or my computer or who knows what. Or I got blasted. I got face blasted. Okay. Hello, GD. No, I'm here. Thanks very much. 12 people. So let's give it a minute for the other viewers, if they're still out there, to see that I have a part two. So in the meantime, let's enjoy some great content. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Hey, Gampers, when do you why? When do you why? I don't know. The crowd waits breathlessly, not unlike the last moments of Trapeze. You mean the Burt Lancaster movie? Whatever. Okay. Hello, Max. Good to see you back. Yes, correct. AD, good evening. I like a lot of people who hate each other. Why is that? Am I a bad person with no morality or just a good Christian? The show needs answers. Well, I can answer those questions, AD, but I don't know if you want me to answer those live on the show. I prefer not to. And thank you very much for the channel support. $9.99 super sticker from AD Never Calling. Fantastic. Okay, so where was I when we left? Oh, right. I had the we had the quote up there. Right. Okay. And we talked about that for quite a bit. And if you missed that, you can go back to part one, which is up there now. Well, we've had support tonight from AD Never Calling and MT85, two show sponsors. Fantastic. Okay. I don't know. I had, what was I getting at on my last, the rat thing, right? Was it the rat thing, the barnyard rats, the face blasting, the hate? Watch Nicholas. I don't recall. Anyway, well, we'll just pick it up. Well, let's get back to this question. Am I a bad person with no morality or just a good Christian? Good Christian. Well, it's certainly not my place to evaluate you in either of those. Why is that? That you like a lot of people who hate each other? Well, that is quite involved for an answer, right? Okay. Oh, is the quote connected to Zoe and Trumpy meeting? Well, no. You can see one seldom recognizes the devil when he has his hand on your shoulder in friendship. That's a quote. Albert Speer on his relationship with Hitler. And again, as I mentioned in part one, I'm not equating anybody in the chats or in the verse on YouTube with either Albert Speer or Adolf Hitler. But the idea of the quote, the meaning of it, certainly is relevant to many relationships and people in the verse. There's absolutely no question about that. And in real life as well, you know. Okay. Oh, hello, Justin. Great to see you. Okay, let me catch up here. Right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm going to call the sales guy at the music store I shop at, Sweetwater, and ask him, is there a gadget I know there is. What do you have that I can plug a guitar into the computer so I can play on a live stream on YouTube? And he'll tell me what the gadget is, and I'll buy it. Then I'll play live with Adrian Never Calling. You know, that's what we talked about last night. Okay, and of course, I would probably only get. Well, I won't even get 2 pesos since GD is not a donor anymore here. Oh, it's sad. Okay. Hey, Aussie Expat. Good evening. AD, I'm wearing the real version of the watch in your avatar. Yeah, AD's been shopping those Chinese watches, and he got a vintage Omega Seamaster yesterday. He was showing us. AD, Aussie Expat, you know, you've become uh, now another blastee on those channels to do the face blasting and insults and hate and viciousness. I hear lots of it. I wanted to send you some of that stuff, but I just figured, oh, what's the point? You know, you'll hear it, you'll see it. It's just, but it's the same people. They just make fun of everybody. So right now, because you appear on this channel and Lord's channel, they just make fun of you because you're highly educated, you have a wide vocabulary, you're successful, you have a great family life, great hobbies, good hair. So they're envious and hateful because they don't have these things. They just have, chatterbait and their Vaseline jar. That's all they have. So, and the hate channels. Okay. GD knows his football, or did he simply look it up? Huh? Okay, let's continue. I did see your chat, but forgot. I'm not going to read that, AD. Okay. The Tudor Pelagos 39. Aussie Expat? Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll get the invite link up. You bet. Gampers, are there many demons in the Archieverse and only one devil? Well, demons, yes. Satan himself, I don't know. And the pen collection, right. But he doesn't have the Mont Blanc, 10-piece collection. He has interesting pens. I'd like a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper, please. Right. Okay, let's get the invite link back up. And then I have other things to talk about that have been going on in the last 24 hours on various other, those other shows. And there's the link. Okay, and Breitling, you're back. Very nice. Truly toxic people pollute everything in their path. It's important not to hesitate and just go ahead and fumigate. People either inspire or drain others. Sadists only drain for their high. Well, you're absolutely right again. I mean, you're absolutely right. Sadists and masochists, the face blasters and the face blastees. It's a sadomasochistic relationship. And I was thinking of making some comments on the last 24 hours on the other shows, and maybe I will, but I want to say hello at this moment. Let me say hello to the 14 viewers, and that includes 2 massive haters and 1 or 2 lurkers. Carl Jung would be proud of you, Breitling. Why would he be proud of Breitling and not me? I find that offensive, insulting, hurtful. Anyway, okay, and good evening to Aussie Expat.
Hey,
How's it going?
sound good?
Great. Let me lower that music all the way down there.
I know the community doesn't like these head things, but honestly, my hair is getting too long, and
it's
easier just to put this on.
Do you cut your own hair? Does your wife do it? Do you go to a barber shop? What's the detail there?
For more than 10 years, I just used a pair of clippers and just went at it. But in the last year and a bit, my wife has been telling me I have to grow my hair out longer, and I still haven't figured out what to do with it.
Yeah. When COVID first hit, I had a great Korean lady who ran a hair place, and I don't even know if she's still in business, because I didn't want to go anywhere because of the contacts. So,
Right.
but I bought those clippers on Amazon, like 39 or 29 bucks, and they work great.
Yeah.
And so I've been using those. I went to get a haircut once about a year ago or 6 months, and it was really nice, but it's not worth it. Just do it myself. If I
Right.
had to, if
Yeah.
I had to look extra good for some special occasion, I would go to a hair place. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way fashion is these days, like, yeah.
Especially in
But
Portland, it
I
doesn't matter.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. There was a really good video by a philosophy channel on YouTube where they debated, are haircuts bullshit or not,
Mm.
and the bullshit category won. A lot of the justification for the haircuts. Oh, I like socializing with my hairdresser or whatever, and honestly, it's a lot of money over
I like
time.
showing the hairdresser my new Rolex.
Right.
Mm.
So yeah, and actually a good haircut costs a lot of money. I mean, the last time I had was going a haircut on the regular was when I was in sales in finance in Sydney,
Hmm.
and they were like $100 for the haircut, $100. And I said, "Doesn't anyone have a cheaper bloody haircut than $100?" And he goes,
Right.
"Oh, I don't know. My haircuts are like 160." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
Yeah, I mean, there are places, for 15 bucks, but it's not. That's going to look exactly like you could do it yourself. That's the thing.
Right. Well, I really did enjoy the barber that was opposite my flat in London, and he was only charging like £7, and I was very happy with that all the time.
Yeah.
But in Australia, it was awful, and I'm only starting to get into the market here in America. In America, it's awful. Like both the men and the women pay lots and lots of money for haircuts,
Hmm.
is what I gather. Basically, even if you go to like one of the silly places like Supercuts or some other type of
Yeah.
franchise, you're still talking $30-40, something like that,
Right.
which is for 4x 5x what I grew up as a kid. And I don't think inflation's actually been that bad. I keep hearing about about wages haven't gone up as much. Apparently not for hairdressers, and I'm not
Mm.
disparaging anyone. I can do it myself or
Right.
not at all. And no one seems to.
Now,
I still got a land dweller. I still got a land dweller for my wife, so
right.
can't be that bad.
Right. Now, so your wife does your hair now. What about your wife's hair? Does she go to a salon or do you do hers?
Well, for ladies, their hair's longer, so they don't have to go and actually get a trim at all for years. Honestly, no, they have to keep on top of like split ends and health of the hair and stuff like that. But my wife doesn't do a lot to her hair in terms of dyeing it or curling it and flattening and
Does
all
she
that kind of
use,
stuff.
well,
So
she's limited to one of the official 12 official hairstyles demanded by Kim Jong Un
right.
at the North Korean barbershops. You have to choose one of the 12 pictures, nothing else.
So
So,
I actually I think the last time my wife went for some sort of trim might have been more than maybe 2 years ago, honestly. And I'm not exactly sure what she's done since. But yeah, it's not a regular thing
yeah.
for ladies.
Right. AD, I am representing Jamie, not guilty opulence, in his upcoming kangaroo court hearing. Please reach out to me for all statements. Thank you. Well, I have comments I could make about that, but I'll choose not to this evening.
Okay,
Morty.
is this about some invite for Higgins or something like that? Is that
No, there's just, more bullshit on the hate channels.
okay?
Catch your latest hate channel broadcast to catch up on the hate and
I've
and
never watched
sadism.
one. I mean, you alerted me to the fact that they exist, but I've never. I scanned through one. I'm just like, okay,
Oh,
it's
yeah. Well,
not
you're
really a
now
channel for me.
popular, in their stuff. But anyway, Morty, at what stage of classic U-shaped baldness do you think it's time? That depends on the guy. You know, some guys look good with a shaved head or, the bald pattern thing. And You know, what, like I mentioned, would Ed Harris, how would he benefit from full head of hair? He wouldn't be who he is, you know.
Hmm.
Or Bruce Willis and all those guys, you know. Nolo Contendere is incoming, right? Just cut it yourself. Right. Okay, we're caught up. Yeah. All right. Barber talk. Wow. Breitling, a good barber is priceless, though, particularly if they can cut hair and straight razor shave. I do this every so often. I definitely would be suspect of a discount straight razor shave. Yeah, right.
I
Exactly.
don't have the facial hair to warrant a
Right.
professional shave, but I do have a double-edged razor, so when I want it close, I can get it close.
Yeah. How much you were there tonight? I'm sorry.
So I lost you there for a bit.
Hello.
Yep, you're back.
Hello.
Yeah, you're back.
Hello. Ozzy, your screen is frozen.
My screen's frozen. Okay. I don't know. Audience, who's frozen?
Not again.
I think it might be you, Morty, because I can see myself on the YouTube, so I can see the YouTube stream as well.
Hello. 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 Okay. Okay, we're good. We're back. Just, yeah. What watch do you have there, Ozzy?
FXD in black.
Ah,
And
right.
using one of the Garmin Quick Fit straps, so there's no strap that goes underneath. It just sort of velcros around one edge and then velcros back in over the other, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. AD Never Calling has that watch, but the Chinese version.
Yeah, as I could tell. Although I think he was trying to say it was like the 39. So you can see here that the Velcro goes on one side, so it's just held in Velcro on both sides, but it's quite secure. I mean, it's
Right.
and it's a tiny bit stretchy. It's not full elastic, which I hate. But yeah, it's really good. They don't have enough colors though.
Ah, right. How do you decide what watch to wear and which watch to wear on a particular day when you wake up every morning?
That's pretty easy. For the most part, I only keep a couple watches at home at a time. So if I'm going out,
Ah, right.
potentially I put on the Rolex. Otherwise, I put on the Tudor.
That
And
makes
you know,
sense.
sometimes I'll go out with the Tudor. It just depends what I'm doing.
Makes sense. Hello, Shot. Okay. Very good. No, we got it. All right. Very nice. So, one of the fellows on the other channel lost $90,000 or $80,000 in a month on Bitcoin and stock market stuff.
Sorry, who did?
Watch Nicholas. You know,
Oh, okay.
he
I've
lost
probably lost a lot more.
he lost like 3 yacht masters. He said.
No, I've lost way more than that.
Oh, really?
I'm down for the month. 830,000.
Holy shit! You know, there was that line in Back to the Future where Marty McFly goes to the girl's house and has dinner with the family, and the Honeymooners from 1950s is on TV, and he says, "Yeah, we got 2 TVs," and the little kid goes, "Gee, you're rich." So, how much you lost? 800 something thousand this month.
Yeah.
And how do you handle that?
I've been here before. Like, I got a video on my channel. Like, I'm very open about this. Like, I suspect that like what you're hearing on like hate channels, like, oh, blah blah blah, you know. And no, I'm very open about this. I'll make a video. If I hit 1 million in losses, I'll make a video, and you'll see a smile across my face, because you can't take the wins if you can't take the losses.
You can't take the wins if you can't. Well, that's true. I
Like,
guess it's true.
You'll
I don't know. I've
You'll never
had
hang
any
in
wins
there.
in my life. So.
You'll be like When would someone else punch out? Oh no, I lost 50,000. Oh no, I lost 100,000. You'll never
Okay,
you'll
so if
never
you
get
lost 800, Nicholas lost 3 yacht masters with 90,000. So you lost 9 times. You lost 27 yacht masters so far.
Yeah, if you put it like that, yeah.
And what would happen if you went to your AD and said, "I want to buy 27 yacht masters. Can you do that for me?"
Yeah. So I always talk to people. I say it's good to have one vice in your life. Like a man can have one vice, not two, not three. Gambling, alcohol, watches, cars. You pick one. Don't do all of them. That's too much. The good thing about watches is that just to a good extent, they won't sell you what you want. So it's kind of
Uh-huh.
hard to go broke on watches, thankfully, because they won't even sell you what you want.
All right. Were you ever into NFTs?
No,
Oh,
no.
because Max
Um,
is saying you're an ape with diamond hands,
no,
basically.
that's totally a Bitcoin thing. The diamond
Yeah. Oh,
hands.
Bitcoin
Yeah,
too. Right. Okay.
yeah, that's a Bitcoin. NFTs. I don't think anyone was diamond handing NFTs. That's
Yeah.
more of a money laundering thing. Or at least, like
Wow.
anyone wants to come and correct me, you correct me. But it's more like fine art. I mean, that's kind of what it was. It's more like
Hmm.
fine art. So
Yeah.
the fine art world is
Wow.
mostly tax write-offs and
Hmm.
what
I don't own
scallywag
that
stuff.
much Bitcoin, Max. I'm more of a land and a blue chip guy, says MT. Wow.
Okay. Well, what's blue chip these days, MT? What do you define as blue chip? Because I
Morty's
mean,
Diner is blue chip.
I mean, if I had to pick blue chip, because that's sort of very traditional idea of stocks that are, reliable and not too crazy, I'd go with Home Depot, John Deere, Cat, maybe an oil company here and there. But
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like blue chip to me doesn't mean Nvidia, which is like #1 in the market right now,
Do you think
as in
Tesla
most
is
portfolio.
is 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 a smart
No,
move
that
right
there's
now?
no way that could ever be. Like that's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like their profitability is like all over the place, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Apple. You include
Apple
Apple
and
as blue chip.
Chevron,
Fair
stuff
enough.
like that. Right. Right.
Yeah, fair enough. That's cool. I mean, good for you. I mean,
Yeah.
I've just done mutual funds, well, index funds, just VOO. I don't really think about that. I don't even do QQQ. I mean, I've got a little bit, but just sort of an incidental amount. But
What is QQQ?
it's a technology focused index.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
you end up getting so if I want to invest in say Apple, I go, how do I get investment in Apple? One way a couple of years ago was like I'd go with Berkshire Hathaway, because at one point, if you bought Berkshire Hathaway, half of your money was really Apple at that point.
Hmm.
Now they've got very little Apple or no Apple, and they've actually gone hard into Google. And I'm just like, Google's done so well over the year to date. It's just been unbelievable. And by all accounts, I don't understand it. To me, as far as I can tell, Google are going to have their lunch handed to them with the AI that they're developing. It doesn't make any sense to me, but they're such a cash cow. Who knows?
Since we're talking about winning and losing, I sold all my stock today. Shares of stock that were donated to me, that were awarded to me by Watch Nicholas, one as compensation or gifts from being on his channel.
Mm.
And so I sold 4 different stocks, and my total proceeds $12.58.
What platform allowed such a fractional share to
Cash
exist?
App, Cash App.
Cash App
So
has
yeah,
fractional
you
shares.
can send cash, stock, or Bitcoin on Cash App.
That's that's interesting.
So
I've never heard of
while everybody else
using
is making
stock as a
thousands of dollars behind the scenes, he would
yeah.
send me, and I never complained, never, and I never asked him for anything. He would send me $1, like of Nvidia, $1 of broadband, was that it? Broadcom,
Broadcom. Oh, Broadcom's interesting.
$1 of
Yeah.
something else, and Google. I sold it all, twelve dollars
I had
fifty
no
eight cents.
idea he was a an investor type, or at
Oh
least
yeah,
degenerate investor
he has
type.
money. He
I
likes
don't
the
know.
money, and he's got it to
Okay,
spend. Evidently.
that's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know what I mean. Geez, crying over a $90,000 loss. Uh, making noise about that. I don't know. I guess he has to earn his chops.
Oh, it's just fun money for him.
Eventually you gotta be numb to this stuff. If an investment's good, it's good. It's not like, Monday it's bad. Like
Oh, it's fun.
this month's been horrible for Bitcoin, but literally 26 days ago it was $125 or something like that, 125,000. So you got to take the ups and downs the same way.
MT says exactly. It's almost impossible to beat the market over an ETF fund. I just have stock that has far too high cap gains to sell.
At the same position, MT. I accidentally have too much Hilton, too much Delta, just because they were COVID stocks that were hit so hard. It's like, I wouldn't mind throwing a couple $1,000s at that. That just exploded. I've got way too much Nvidia. That did very well, but the problem is you have to pay so much tax to get back to a normal level. But I took the hit the last couple of years, so I've been, probably not a smart thing. I probably should have just kept the Nvidia, but I it's just not set for me, and I'm retiring early. I don't, I can't hold that kind of stuff on the books.
Right. Good low-cost index funds were a game changer for most investors and 401k participants.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, in my first year working full-time in my career, I read Jack Bogle's paper on just index versus the performance of fund managers, and I was like, okay, that's the game. That's it. Like, there's no point in arguing about whether or not there are actual ways to stock pick. It's like, clearly there is not, or at least not in this generation, and probably not next. It makes sense because it's PvP. As in, as soon as you think you've found a thing, other people find it. It's no longer a thing. Like, there's no such thing as sustained advantage in this game.
What is PvP?
Player versus player. You're not playing against a static environment. As soon as you find an arbitrage, someone else will find it, and then whittle it down till it's negative arbitrage. You do the exact same thing again, you're going to lose money.
Do you ever think
it's like
that
submarine battles?
Yeah. Do you ever think you might have enjoyed your career if you studied finance and got into a financial career?
I started in finance. Yeah.
Okay. What about using your software genius to like working for a gaming company, designing games?
That's a tough racket. I've always dreamed of that as a kid and have romantic ideas of going back into to do software for games, but it's honestly a very, very unrewarding racket. It's like anything with passion, right? Like, you could use your talents for one thing or the next. The most boring, awful thing that most people will be like, I don't even want to hear you talk about your job, never mind do your job. That's going to be the what brings in the most money. So can you guess what field of engineering I was doing?
Aviation.
No, that's way too interesting. No, I mean software engineering, but I was in the weeds doing stuff that only other engineers understood. So very, very boring. Like, I've never been able to explain my job clearly to my wife, for instance.
Right.
And she's relatively technical.
Right. Breitling, any one position over about 2 or 3% in a portfolio other than an ETF or mutual fund is typically not advisable unless a person has some information. Wink, wink.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I wish I paid attention to that. So I really allowed too much Amazon stock to vest when I was working at Amazon. So I still have a very large position in Amazon that I will pay the piper, and that's number one on the chopping block as I need to fund my lifestyle and retirement.
Yeah, what is ETF?
Exchange traded fund. So as opposed to a mutual fund, it's traded all day long on the stock market. The benefit, there's tax benefits and also liquidity benefits to doing it. You don't have to wait till end of day for things to clear. Yeah, it's safe. Like I would consider it safe. It in terms of alpha, how do you say, risk-adjusted returns. I mean, you could literally buy anything, but the only investments that are actually equal, higher risk, higher return, blah blah blah. You got to make sure you're not entering into ones that are literally scams. So risk-adjusted returns, you could buy any single stock or fund, but if you hit a stock that's actually involved in scam and fraudulent behavior, then that's when your returns are like hugely negative compared to the risk you took. Like you think you didn't take any risk, and the actual outcome was always going to be down. Like if you invested in Enron. But with a fund, hopefully most of the market isn't actually just fraudulent activity, and go from there.
Speaking of that, Blaine wants to know when the next GTA will be released.
that's who knows, because they just delayed it another year from today. I don't, and I think they delayed it by like 13 months, when it was already due. So at that pace, it's probably 10 years away.
Hey, do you have you
Like
ever
every
played?
year, the
Yeah,
reduction is only 1 month.
have you ever played a game called Portal 2?
I played the original Portal. I didn't
Okay,
have any real interest
all
in
right,
playing the second one.
right. And do you know the game Wolfenstein, the new Colossus?
I played the newer Wolfenstein, but not the sequel to it. So I haven't
Right.
played the
Okay.
one you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
have played it.
So I saw clips on YouTube of that game, Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, with the
Right.
Hitler thing and the SS and all that shit.
Yeah.
I go, what in the fuck is this? Anyway, so I mentioned it to Watch Nicholas and Dissers Dis, and
Well, this is a gamer, so he's probably played that.
oh yeah. They knew the game. Yeah, they knew, and so I bought it. It was $9 on Steam. I think I paid for
Wow.
that.
You bought a game. Why'd you buy it?
Well, because I wanted to see how you do it, and then we were talking about playing it all together on a show.
Oh, wow.
So
But do you even
well,
have a computer that could even plausibly run that? I mean, that's
yeah.
wow.
So I downloaded. So I bought Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. That was $9, I think. And then Nicholas and Blondie said also you should try Portal 2. It's really easy. It's an old game,
Yeah.
and it's a good way to learn to get started. And so I looked it up on Steam. It was it was $1.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
one of
I
Valve's
think
games. It's pretty
it was
old,
$1.
so
Yeah, so I bought
it
that.
doesn't last that long either. So you'd be pretty pissed off if you paid a
So
lot.
I tried both of them, and I couldn't figure out. After about 10 minutes, I just couldn't figure out what do you do. What do you do? I mean, I got the mouse, and I don't know what the hell. How do you proceed? So I never used them again. So I couldn't figure. I need a
I'd love to be in the same world with you, whether it's Portal or anything else. That would be pretty fun. So, are you saying you didn't even get into the game? Or...
I installed them both, and I tried Portal 2, and I said, okay, it's playing, it's working, and I can and but I didn't see what you do. I couldn't go more than 10 minutes into it. Like, well, how do I proceed? I mean, nothing's working. Or do I need a different mouse? I was thinking, or do I need different buttons on the keyboard? Or I couldn't figure it out. So and that was the same thing with Wolfenstein.
Okay.
If there was a 10-year-old, I don't want to say 10. If there was a computer guy next to me, he could show me, well, this is what you do, But yeah. Morty, were any of these video gaming activities recorded? No, we never did the shows. Blondie said she would do that with me. This is like a year ago, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And Breitling played the original Wolfenstein game when it first came out. It was the greatest on a Commodore 64.
Okay. I had a Commodore 64. That was my computer for most of my childhood. Although my son gets a pretty awesome computer. Check him out over here playing Minecraft. There we go.
Well, I know
so he just got a new desk. He graduated from that desk over there.
Oh, wow.
And I said he doesn't have enough mouse room, so I got him a proper gaming mouse and a lot more area. Look, he's making the pistons and everything. So he's doing engineering right now.
Right.
So it's going to be an external combustion engine.
Wow. Yeah, I know how to play Pong. That's from what, 80s, 70s? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. AD, hilarious, crappy, gets in the game. What do you do? I had the mouse. Yeah, I don't know how to, I couldn't figure it out,
That's pretty
you know.
funny.
But,
I'm surprised you even wanted to play New Colossus. So
well,
despite
I saw the clips on YouTube and I thought this game is just totally fucked with the killing Nazis and all the S&M and sex and shit and killing and torture and Hitler vomiting and pissing in his pants and
right,
so
but
yeah, yeah.
I mean the dev team were very openly saying that this like they hate Trump and
Oh,
they
really?
equate Republicans to be Nazis and stuff. So
Well,
it's
we
like
know
the
that
most
there's
hyper woke game possible.
right. Really? Well,
Yeah,
well, that's their problem if they're that demented, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
I had no interest. So the first one wasn't like that. So the first Wolfenstein, um, which is no one's not talking about id Software's Wolf 3D back in the 90s, but um, I think it's 2000 game. But yeah, it's yeah, I think New Colossus is like 100% woke.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, so I was never successful in the game thing. Boris, PhD. My Microsoft Surface magically stopped working once Windows 11 came out. Turns out you have to manually remove software for it to work.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I mean, that Surface is a premium, machine. I really enjoyed using my friend's one for a little time. It's sad that Microsoft are doing so much BS to their operating system.
Hmm.
I agree.
Question. Yeah. Do you game on a PC?
Yeah. I got my gaming PC down here.
Right.
I normally play a lot of Minecraft with my son,
Hmm.
and but playing a little bit more PlayStation 2. I got a PS5 Pro over there in the glaring light. So
Now,
yeah,
what does this mean, AD? Morty, you don't have the computer to handle that game. What does that
yeah,
mean?
I cannot imagine you do have the computer to handle Wolfenstein.
What kind
Like,
of computer? Well, I've got it's an HP 27 all in one. Um, 1 terabyte storage. Is that what do you call it? I don't remember the specs. Well, what do you need to play Wolfenstein? What kind of specs do you
um,
need?
it not nothing. Um, I would have thought that you would have had a computer that was less capable than an iPad. I'm not being disparaging, but I
No,
mean,
no, no. I know what
you
you mean.
buy for your needs, and your needs are not crazy.
Well, this computer does everything I do. You know,
Yeah,
but
but everything you do, I mean, it's inside a web browser, right?
well, besides Japanese porn and YouTube and email, I mean, it does everything. You know, and watching conspiracy videos and sending out nasty emails and stuff. Yeah. Well, but my computer downloaded it and it started playing the game. I don't know what else the computer would need to play it properly, but
Yeah. Oh
Ozzy's
well,
son has more computing power than Crappy's. Well, that's maybe true.
I
Yeah.
mean, I bought it for that purpose, so it absolutely should.
Well, I there's no way I can compare my computer tech knowledge to Ozzy. I mean, so yeah, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, my son just has a mini PC because it's his first computer, but he barely could use a keyboard when he first got it.
right.
He's only just starting to read properly, but he's doing pretty well. Look at that. He's got a flying machine going, I think.
Mm, amazing.
What are you making, Junior? He's making a helicopter, he says, piece by piece. That's pretty cool.
Wow, amazing.
Wow, I like that screen, Junior. Looks way faster. Yeah.
Yeah, in the chat there, Stephen, I don't know if you're an alias account or a real person, because you could be, somebody really nasty. So I don't know. I would guess, you know. Anyway, they call them gaming computers. I understand that, but what would a gaming computer allow me to do with, say, Wolfenstein that I can't do with my computer?
Well, I'm surprised that it even loaded up.
Oh yeah,
Like,
load it up and it works and plays, but
were
I
you
didn't know
able to
how you
kill
used the mouse
anyone?
to play the game and stuff.
I mean, the problem is that like it might be running so slow that it's not apparent to you that the game is working at all.
Oh no, it looked fine. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it
Just don't
wasn't
know.
immediately apparent. Like these games typically aren't difficult anymore. Like they literally talk to you how to play the game, especially Portal 2. Like that thing literally tells you what to do as you play it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So there might have been something wrong.
I could look at it again, but I couldn't figure it out. But anyway,
Let me see. I'll ask. I haven't never had to ask this before. Like, but
I
I'll
remember
ask.
on Steam it showed the specs you would need to use the game, and my computer had or exceeded those. So yeah.
Friends, PCs, gaming performance, just from browser, roughly speaking. Let me see. I'll see if I can find a website that will let us know what kind of what you're packing.
Well, yeah, like I said, on Steam for the specs for the game, it said your computer needs the following, and my computer exceeded what it said you needed.
It can be very difficult to understand
Mm-hmm.
those specs, and usually those specs they don't really mean anything.
Yeah, right,
Okay, yeah,
right.
I think I found one. Okay, bitwise test. Okay, maybe this will work. WebGL. I'll
Well,
let it run on my PC, and then I'll send you the link if I think it's
okay.
worth
It was the same thing
seeing
with
what
Portal
happened.
2. I mean, it's very simple game, very simple it looked like. And that was working on the computer, but I couldn't figure out how to continue after 10 minutes. What do you do? I was
Mhm.
clicking all over the place and I just couldn't figure it out. But yeah. The thing these days with games is you can find ways to beat them on the internet all over the place. Back in the Stone Age, gamers had to buy an actual book for that information. Well, listen, the only games I played were back in the '80s. I played Pac-Man a lot. The machine.
Or you had the helplines. At least in America, you had the helplines. Like the one. What's a premium number in America? It's not 1-800. What's the expensive lines in America?
976,
Nine seven six.
the phone sex number. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, just for game tips.
Well, I never even
Yeah,
knew about that. So
yeah. Nintendo used to run them, or different magazines would run them. You could call up and say, "Oh, I'm stuck in this part of the game. What do I do?"
now this is a good. Is Pac-Man available as a computer game? I guess it would be because I like that game because
Hmm
it was so simple.
in terms of web, that'd be very easy.
Yeah. Oh, Morty
WebGL.
saw the diner scene and immediately purchased the game. Well, I saw lots of clips of Wolfenstein too on YouTube, and it was very good, very amazing, I should say, or astonishing. Yeah. Hmm. Do you think there's any negative impact on your young son getting into those games so quickly, so early?
It's exactly how I grew up, so I'm not
Well,
going
there you
to.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Undoubtedly, there's potential problems, but I like to see him playing games that really push your mind. Like there's things that are just monotonous BS. You know what I mean? Just dopamine roller
Mm.
coasters. But him trying to make a helicopter sounds okay to me. Look at him go. See how fast he's like switching blocks and stuff? That's crazy. I wish I had such a game when I was a kid. We had things like Pac-Man, where you just had this yellow chomping thing eating dots.
Right, right. Well, when I was a kid, when I was a kid, we played Monopoly and gin rummy, and whatever stuff, They also had a phone line at one time you could call, and it had recorded insults to insult the caller. I think one of those people may have been an employee. Hmm. What does this mean? Aussie, would you like me to introduce you to my forms? Tim Willett.
Tim Willits. I mean,
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
I think he's saying a friend. Tim Willits is your friend. Yeah,
That's what he says.
that would be nuts. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go to Texas for that.
Have you ever been to like big size gun shows in Nevada?
Not in Nevada. I went to a couple in Washington State as I gained interest in guns, but very quickly I realized that if you're really into guns, the gun show really, I don't know who the gun show is really for, honestly.
Well, it's for just looking what's out there and playing, just fondling all the stuff. That's about it, I guess.
Well, half the stalls tell you not to touch, so it's like.
Well, yeah, I mean, they used to have, when I came here in the 80s, 90s, and up until maybe 10 years ago, they had them at the Portland Expo Center in North Dallas regularly or frequently, and they don't do it anymore, not for years. Because it's Portland and you can't do those things. They have very small shows in the suburbs, but they're not worth going out toward.
Yeah.
Going out.
AD never calling. So where are you in Texas?
He's in Dallas.
I'm not going to immediately go right now and then.
He's in Dallas at the nearest Buc-ee's. You'll find him. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, if I'm heading to Texas sometime, I'll ping you. It's not a non-zero proposition, because I was looking at what we might do for summer next year, and I was thinking we'll probably go out towards Colorado and up through South Dakota, maybe not get quite as far as Chicago and then come back down again. So hitting Dallas is a possibility, because I think they actually have a Minecraft theme park there, not like full-blooded theme park, but they've got a Minecraft something there that would be a real hoot.
A Minecraft park. Holy, unbelievable. Yeah. Have you been to Legoland?
No.
Is that something your family would enjoy?
Yeah, we always considered it, but our kids at varying times have never been really, really into Lego. So it's sort of just kept wavering whether or not we would go.
Dirk Diggler's saying, do not go to South Dakota, but he doesn't say why not go.
Right.
That's a helpful comment. Right.
I mean, South Dakota's for Mount Rushmore, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of why we'd head up there. I don't know why.
Do you want to go before they add President Trump to the mountainside, or do you want to go
before and after?
Before and after, right? Yeah, because he certainly should be up there.
Well, who gets to decide that these days? It says National Memorial,
so National Park Service, and whoever's in charge in Congress, I guess. Yeah. The conversations you two could have, or if he goes to Comic-Con in Vegas to speak, I could connect you.
Oh, wow. Cool! Wow, that would be a dream.
Can you connect? Does he go to the AVN Award Show in Las Vegas? They can meet up there too, as well.
Yeah, the nominees for the AVN Awards just came out, so that's very topical.
Mm-hmm. If you were working in the adult industry, would you see yourself as a director, producer, actor, or performer, business person in the main office, producer?
Unfortunately, I would see myself as someone in the background, like back office, handling the website and video delivery.
Right.
And geeking out over compression ratios, which ones make
designing the different performers' websites for the studio and all that.
Well, not designing the website, but making them work.
I see.
Making sure that the video is always delivering the punters good material.
Right.
Making things look good.
Hmm. So you'd rather do that than be on the set, like as the camera operator or something?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be good at any of that kind of stuff, and I'm not going to kid myself to think that I would be a good performer.
Right.
or I have the lifestyle to do that. I'm a dad, happily married.
Right.
But it would
Right.
be an interesting industry. Like I have thought about. I mean, the last time I went to AVN was last year. I think I went last year, and I did. They do have a thing about with careers and stuff, and there are some that I'd be interested in helping with the tech, but you know, I was fully employed at that time, and
Yeah.
right now I don't want to get entangled in any kind
Sure.
of
Right.
project, or I don't want anyone relying on me at the moment. I've got enough things to do right now.
When you were younger and you're graduating university with all your friends and you're all having coffee talking and
Mm.
you're all having a glass of Milo talking, and
Yeah.
you go, so what do you got lined up? Well, I got a job at Apple. I'm leaving next week, or I'm going to whatever, I'm
Right.
leaving next week. Yeah, I got a job in Las Vegas. I'm going to be running the Caesar's Palace operation. Oh, great. Yeah. Where are you going? Oh, I got a job at Chatterbait. I'm going to be setting up their hardware, stuff. Oh,
I
great.
did know someone who worked for one of the porn studios. I can't remember which one. But I did. One of my engineers did work at, like, whether it was Pornhub or
Yeah.
something like that. But I respect it. You know, I don't thumb my
Well, it's
nose
a
at that.
job, Yeah. I guess it's more, I don't say more mainstream. I don't want to say respectable. It is more dignified. Well, respectable than
No,
being a YouTube hater, face blaster.
right.
So,
No, it's a tougher industry, even though it's quote unquote legal. There's, like, I noted. So I work at Amazon. Like, I'm now a couple of years removed from
yeah.
last working at Amazon. There were conversations that I saw at AWS, which is the tech side of things, so tech delivery for other businesses, and they made it very clear that they don't host any kind of adult illicit material.
Mhm.
And they're like, and they gave some really bad reasoning for it, PR type stuff, and but yeah, that's the kind of the thinking in there, is that you can't mix respectable businesses with non-respectable businesses, even though you're only providing the plumbing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It'd be like if the electricity grid says, "Oh, we supply to all the best companies in town, GM, GE, all that kind of stuff. Oh, we would never supply electricity to Pornhub." You know what I mean? It just seems so silly. It's like, you're not responsible for what they do with the electricity. And
Right.
it's not even illegal. You know what I mean? So yeah, although it is in some states now, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, would you mind if we take a short commercial break?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be back in just about a minute or two.
The time has come. Why give your money away to people that don't need it? Morty needs the money. It's time to make it rain, bitches. Morty's Diner. Why give your money away to support a lifestyle? Give it to someone that needs it, appreciates it, and respects it.
And we're back. Okay. Very good. So you're walking around your mansion there.
Yeah. I gotta find a phone. I've lost a phone somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I like that ad. It had an alien with two gold watches on.
Oh yeah, well we have a brilliant marketing team here. We do great videos. Some other channel makes videos, and those videos are just so fucking stupid. I mean, they're just stupid, filled with hate and sadism, and stupid. But I'm not a lemming, so maybe the other people like them. But anyway, you want to see the video about the 3 yacht masters, or no?
If you want to.
Okay, because maybe you haven't seen this. It's
Yeah.
another great video.
Come on, but like, dude, what do? I lost so much money. Seriously, I didn't know I could lose this much money this fast. I'm so pissed. I lost so much money today, so much money yesterday. I lost like 3 yacht masters in like a couple days. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters.
Yeah, I crack up every time I watch that video. It's so good, so well done. Yeah.
He's not in real distress. He's not in real distress.
No, he's got plenty of money. He said that he's fine, but he did lose 90,000 this month.
Yeah, that's.
But
I've
but
lost 10
compared to
times
you,
that.
that's
Yeah.
just a box of donuts.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's really nothing. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Look, it might be a lot to him. Depends what stage in his life he's at and what he has to rely on. I mean, I got to retire off this stuff, but my time horizon's very long.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't
Well,
planning on liquidating any of this stuff in my lifetime. Never mind, needing it.
Yeah. Right. Question from Little Dave. Morty, do you subscribe to some of the terms those people use, as in "I mistreat you because I like you"? Oh well, no, that's just mental illness, psychological disorder thinking. Right. Right.
I'm trying to find this missing phone. I haven't seen it since my road trip, so it could be anywhere in. How you fill a minivan, that's a lot of stuff, and then you put a cargo box on top, that's even more stuff. It could be in any amount of that stuff, basically. So I've already sort of cleared the house, so now I have to find what the hell in the garage could have gone on that road trip, and I slipped the phone into.
Mm-hmm.
So how much? What's the biggest investment mistake you've made? Or not mistake, but how much is the biggest loss you've had?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me think. I'm thinking.
I'll tell you mine while you think.
I don't have a number for you right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've made a couple of mistakes that I would call mistakes. It depends.
Well, I
So
should make
one,
life mistakes.
I'd
Money-wise,
invested in
yeah.
a company called OCZ or OCZ.
Mhm.
Back when solid state drives were like becoming a thing, and they were the early leader in solid state drives. And they, for some reason, they decided to list on the London Stock Exchange, so it was available to me as a product. And so I bought some, and then it delisted from London with the idea that it would relist on NASDAQ. And then when it became an over-the-counter product in America, as opposed to a listed product or listed in London, it went up like 50-fold. So it was like more than $110,000 worth. But I was in Australia at the time, and I only had the paper share certificates. And I just decided I would just hold on to it because they were doing well. You know what I mean? And there was nothing. I had no sell button. There was no brokerage account for me to use. And then eventually they were offered a buyout, and it blew up to like, I think, almost $200,000. And then that fell through, and then everything else fell through, and they went bankrupt. So I ended up with nothing. But at no point did I actually have a sell button. So I don't really beat myself up too much about that. I mean, if I was more aggressive about it, I would have, been able to figure it out. But I don't know. That being said, me not wanting to sell things has put me into good stead. Not selling Bitcoin has been hugely valuable. So you could say I've made up for that mistake many times over by carrying on that behavior of not panicking.
Well, whatever. What is this, Max? Aussie's 1/3 scale statue collection. What does that mean?
Aussie's 1/3 scale. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what it means.
Are these things over here?
I don't know what he's referring to.
Yeah. See, I got a lot of ammo cans. There's lots of ammo over there.
Right. Very good.
That's some precious metals.
Correct. Definitely.
Another bag.
Do you put a one of those desiccant packets in the ammo can?
No, but the ammo can is sealed. There are O-rings, so I expect them to be good.
Are they metal or plastic cans?
Plastic. I don't like metal.
Yeah, I have those, but I throw a large desiccant pouch in each one of those.
Yeah, that's still smart. It's not. It's not something to avoid. Yeah. It's also Las Vegas, so.
Yeah. Right.
I spend a lot of time drying out, regardless. The plastic, the metal cans don't have an O-ring on them, I don't think.
I never looked in. Well, I did. I don't remember, but I decided on the plastic ones.
Yeah. I like how they stack, and they're consistent, and they're good. Although you can buy too big, because if you actually do fill it up with ammo, it's just too heavy.
It's too heavy. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's just too heavy.
I encountered that idea when I was buying the cans. I thought, well, if it's too heavy, so I bought a small medium size, And it's just right because you can pick it up and it holds a hell of a lot.
Yes.
So
Yeah. If it gets so heavy, it'll like literally just break the handles and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that. It's unwieldy.
well, when it gets to that level, then you need a forklift and a trailer and a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Breitling. Set it and often forget it. Sell and buy stops. Sell and buy stops help with these times away, with those times away, and make it easy to not get too greedy on a gain and too far into a loss.
Oh, is that so sell and buy stops? Yeah, but I don't. I just buy S&P 500 pretty much. So,
Ertan, how you doing, Patel Philippe, Mr. Patek? ADNC has risen. Maybe he relocated from the Middle East to the South Pole. Hallelujah. I don't know what that means, but
AD never calling.
well, I mean, he says maybe he relocated from the Middle East to the South Pole.
Oh, okay.
Don't get it.
I don't.
Oh. You don't have any Patek Philippe's at all, Aussie.
No, I don't have any desire.
There you
And
go.
you know what? The market agrees with me.
There you go.
As in, almost none of their catalog is desirable.
Mm-hmm.
They're all under retail, and even with Nautilus's, their current lineup is just dog shit. If you ask any collector, like if they, well, not a collector that likes Patek, I guess, because if they like Patek, they like that shit that doesn't sell very well. I mean, someone who's into hype, and if they're into hype, they're gonna want the 5711, which they don't even make anymore. Like they're not gonna want a chunky ass 5990, which will break the second you look at it and is way too big. So yeah, I think Patek's days are over.
Wow.
And they were never really there. I mean, they really just had the Nautilus with the 5711, and it's just a copy of the Royal Oak anyway. So who cares?
There you go. Max, I don't know what that means. Moas is near. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. We're getting some lingo that even from your audience that even you don't know.
Yeah, well, I only know the prison slang. Yeah. Well, amazing.
So you were talking about trips last time I was on. Like you were thinking about planning trips.
Well, I was planning. I looked it all up with the hotels and airfare to go to Australia in October.
Oh,
And
wow.
the plan was
that is a trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm at the end of my life. It could be over any day, so I thought get it in now because I know a lot of people in Australia, or a good number of them, not YouTube people, and it would be really fun to hook up. And the plan was fly into Brisbane, and then not to do anything in Brisbane at all, just go to the airport there. And there's a train or a bus express, something like that, that goes from Brisbane to what's the name of that? Gold Coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's not a far trip at all by bus, an express bus or something like
Gold
that.
Coast has an airport too.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
from America, international?
I don't know, but it's worth looking up.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
if
I
your
would rather just
destination
take
is
the
Gold
bus,
Coast.
the express bus, and see the sights on the highway, So I would go to Gold Coast 2 or 3 days, fly to Sydney 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then Melbourne a couple days, and then head back home. The whole package altogether, hotels and everything, was about, if I remember, about $3,000, I think. And that's with buying souvenirs and shit, And then I just, I can't afford it at this time. I have other things to spend money on. That's an
expensive trip. I mean, you don't have to.
And then I have a trip to New York that I still want to do, but I need money, folks. I don't have any Rolex Yachtmasters, so and I've never been to the Grand Canyon, and I thought I could fly to Vegas and then do a trip to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a lot of places in the world, and so have you, but Grand Canyon's number one, man. It's not.
Yeah, so I think you can fly into somewhere in Arizona, but it seems like flying into Las Vegas and then just heading to the Grand Canyon from there looks
It's
like
easy.
yeah.
It's the
And there's
best way.
plenty of ways, tour companies that provide the transportation to go to the Grand
Yeah,
Canyon.
and you want to go to Grand Canyon South Rim, by the way, not the one at the Indian reservation. That's much closer, but the view is
South Rim.
much better from the
Okay.
South Rim. Yeah,
And that might require
that's the
staying
popular
over a night, which would be fine. But and
Yes.
so I think that could be affordable. And I'd love to do that. And maybe this is a great season because it's nice and cool now. So
Mm,
that could be something coming up. Yeah.
yeah.
I had a trip all set and ready to go to Boise, Idaho, because I was curious about the place, and I started reading all about it, and I don't know what I would see there. It's nothing really, that really interested me, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, I haven't been to Boise. I've been to Idaho Falls and a few other places in Idaho, more in the north, but
Hmm.
not Boise.
Yeah.
I think there's a knife factory there. Oh yeah, I think in Boise is where my knife. That's where Chris Reeves are based.
Really?
But I mean, there's
Well, that's
nothing to
knife
see
country
there.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Gampers. It's worth it to see. At first, it is as if it cannot be real. Then, like things to the gift shop and leave. Incredible. The Grand Canyon. Yeah. Okay. So that's great to know because the South Rim is the preferred place. Okay.
yeah. I've been to West Rim and North Rim, and they're all amazing, but South definitely is. It really takes a cake. Yeah.
Okay. The Grand Canyon glass skywalk. Well, no, I would not do that. I don't have the.
Yeah, so yeah, the
I
glass
wouldn't be able to
skywalk
do
is
that.
is the West Rim, and that's a bit of a thrill seeker type thing. But I'd say the South is still the better experience.
Yeah, that would be like bungee jumping that those Kiwis and Aussies do. I can't do that. Yeah, it's too much anxiety to do
Yeah,
the glass skywalk thing. Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm scared of anything that looks like it's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
don't trust glass with my body.
Look, I'm
weight.
scared to go to the circus, so I'm not going to do the glass skywalk, So, I'm going to look into that after the show tonight, planning a trip to the Grand Canyon, or I guess Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon, how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, you
See
could
the-
just rent a car. A car's gonna be
Yeah, I
like
don't like
25
long
bucks.
distance driving anymore. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not the easiest drive because it's so straight. It's
Yeah, no, I don't like
boring
that
and
anymore. I mean, I drove
yeah.
from Texas to California, and I had an absolute blast. Not a face blast, but a blast. It was so much fun, so
Oh,
exciting.
okay.
But I don't like that anymore. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because I mean,
Again,
driving through Texas, that is very difficult as well.
I drove from Dallas straight through to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Took 3.5 days.
Because between Dallas and oh geez, what's like El Paso, there's like nothing. There's
Oh
just
yeah,
nothing, It's
Yeah.
like 12 hours of just it's more like 8, I think. You just got to
Well,
go.
I
Like, there's
stopped
nothing to
off
do.
in
Just go.
Pecos, Texas, saw the Judge Roy Bean Museum. I stopped off here and there along the way and took a very leisurely drive. I did about 60 miles per hour straight through, but I had a blast going through the California desert and Tucson up to Phoenix and then straight through to California. It was unbelievable.
That's cool.
And I didn't have any anxiety or worry about what if the car breaks down in the middle of the desert. I didn't even think about it.
Mhm.
It was so exciting to do that. Yeah.
I worried about that, but I mean, I've got a Toyota, so it's pretty good. But
Mm,
I did have like full coverage AAA for the road trips that we did 2 years back, where we were covering lots and lots of distance.
yeah.
Had a tight schedule.
Campers is going to he decided to go to St. Croix over Florida. Better goat and fish fries. Okay, well, sure. Hurritan, Patel. Morty, a comic book that sold originally for 10 cents during your youth just sold for 9.1 million at auction this week. Serenity Now. That's absolutely unbelievable. I had a nice comic book collection, and my parents threw it out when I wasn't home one day. They didn't think anything about it. They just threw it out. Said it was taking up space. I couldn't believe it. I was crushed.
How old were you?
I don't know. I had like Batman, Superman.
But you were a kid.
I was a kid,
Right.
like 10 maybe,
Like
9,
why?
10.
You can't do that.
And I couldn't believe it. I came home and we had a porch, a separate thing in the
Yeah.
backyard, and I put them there just for storage in paper bags. And I came home one day and they were gone. And I asked, "Hey, where's all my comic books?" And they go, "Oh, we threw them out, just taking up space."
All of them.
Everything. I was just absolutely I was devastated.
Oh
I
my
couldn't believe
god.
it. And that's when
I had
I
I had
started
only
sporting
a
Coke.
drawer of comic books,
Yeah,
and
that's when
they
I
were my
started the
most
Angel
treasured
Dust.
thing.
Yeah, that's when I started Angel Dust and Coke. I couldn't believe it. How could you do that? I mean, they were mine.
Well, he's the comeuppance, I guess. Here you are, fully grown adult, and you're still upset.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
so they
Well,
they,
I
they
have.
really won you over on that one.
Well, I mean, that's very deep inside me. It's not a major hurt from my childhood, but at the time, it was like I was crushed. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I mean it's completely unnecessary. It's like
Yeah, I mean,
you'd saved up all of your money to buy these things, and you still cherish them and
yeah.
read
When
them,
I
I'm
was
sure.
12, I was a newsboy. No, this was before I was 12. So I was like 9 or 10 probably.
Yeah.
And all the the pennies and nickels and dimes, all the pesos. I would go and buy. I remember Batman and Superman, and was there a character called? Well, there was Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern.
Was there a character called Elastic Man?
There's a lot of characters that
I
have
don't
that
know.
property, but I don't.
Maybe
I don't
something that, and I had a lot of Mad magazines, and the Mad
know. Mad magazine.
yeah, and the Mad paperback books. I bought all of those.
Huh.
This is like, yeah, and Lois Lane might have been a comic book strip on its own with Superman characters in it. I don't remember. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Well, Harvey Comics did some good horror books. I don't know the comic Harvey Comics. Yeah. Breitling. I still have a few hundred key comics. Some auction will probably get them one day. If I had those 3 shopping bags or whatever it was full of all those 60s era comic books, and they were in good condition, they would have some value. Jesus. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to call my friend in Washington. Like that's the last time I remember seeing this phone. I'm like, did you find a Google Pixel on your farm somewhere? Because I've been looking for it for months now.
Can you call it and hear if it rings at home?
No, it would be out of batteries. Like it would have been out of batteries.
Right.
Yeah, months ago. Yeah. And I didn't even keep it on. It was just an emergency phone. And yeah. Still sucks though. I mean, it was a pretty decent phone. It was a Pixel Pro 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. At the phone stores now, because I was thinking of changing my phone company, and what they're offering now is you can bring in your phone, which is my phone's like 2 years or 3 years old, and they'll give me $1,000. They'll give me $800 for it, or they'll give me $1,000, and they'll give me a brand new like a Samsung G25 Ultra for this phone.
Wow.
Just exchange for it and no contract.
So is your current phone a Samsung?
Yeah, it's a Samsung S23.
Ah, okay. Yeah, those deals are good. You jump on that.
Yeah, that was AT&T and Verizon also.
Yeah. Samsung, sometimes their trade-in deals are absolutely nuts.
I couldn't believe it.
And they're fantastic. And S25 still goes for, if you go on Amazon right now,
yes, 25.
They'll have a Black Friday special right now for like more than 1,000. Yeah.
Do you know anything about AT&T for wireless? Is that Same as
Yeah,
Verizon?
they're all
or-
fine. They're all fine.
Yeah. Wow. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, I don't know. I can't
But
decide.
now AT&T are going to ask for, I think, a 36-month contract.
Yeah, the guy said it was a special holiday. What was the last holiday? I don't remember. So there's no contracts. No contracts.
No way.
That's what he said. I'm
That's
serious.
insane.
I just didn't
insane.
get it. And then I asked the guy, I said, how do I know everyone's going to love this. How do I transfer everything on my phone to the new phone? He goes, oh, that's nothing. We can do that. It takes a second.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah.
I said, well, I don't know how to do it. So I got a little panicked, like, well, how do I save everything? But
That's actually pretty easy.
yeah. But the guy said it's nothing. We'll do it for you in the store. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So, okay, Black Friday, they'll probably offer that same deal. So maybe I should just do that.
No. What I'm
Well, don't
saying
do it.
is, no, if you like that deal, you're fine with AT&T. You don't have anything in particular against them. You should take the deal.
Yeah.
Even
'Cause
under Black Friday,
offered,
Amazon
and
still
it was
wants
cheaper. It was cheap,
$1,000
yeah,
for
and it
that.
was a cheaper price monthly than Verizon as well.
Yeah.
So
I would go for that.
yeah, I decided I'll just wait till the next big like Thanksgiving or Christmas sale and see what happens.
I just do Mint now though.
Mint.
Like, yeah, I do like $35 or $45 a month, and so that's just a lot of money saved. We just don't need to change the
Mint.
phones that often.
Mm.
Yeah.
They also have a Samsung phone. It's the size of like a regular Samsung, but it folds open, so it's like twice the size of the screen.
Yeah, those are crazy expensive.
It's called the Edge or something, and that was $2,000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
they're
guy
like
said if I
2,000.
trade in for that, I still have to pay another 1,000. Which
Yeah.
oh, and they also said any balance remaining on my phone, they'll pay that off as well.
Wow.
And I got like
Because you're coming from a different carrier. Who? Are you
yeah.
with
So
now?
I have like 200 remaining on my 3-year payoff on the Verizon phone. They said,
Wow.
well, don't worry, we'll just pay that off plus give you a brand new Ultra 25.
Wow. That's really
Unbelievable.
cool.
So
Yeah. I would take it.
Okay.
A lot, yeah. They are known to offer certain things, like the value on the trade-in. Most of that's coming from Samsung, is my understanding, or something along those lines. So
Mhm.
that happens quite often. Samsung trade-in value is very, very good, but all of the rest of it, that's amazing, especially if you can get it with. So normally for AT&T, their normal deal would be 36 months of required contract.
Yeah.
T-Mobile is typically the cheapest.
I went to the
in terms of
T-Mobile
contract time
store
is
here
2
and
years.
yeah, I went to the T-Mobile store and they were actually more expensive. So I was
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I'd
that's
say
good.
that's a good deal.
All right. That's
And
good.
I've got the S25 Ultra. It's overkill. Yeah.
Overkill.
It's
Okay.
totally
Right.
outrageous. So.
Breitling, question. Do you have any issues with cell coverage with Mint?
No, it's T-Mobile, so it's pretty good. But you don't get some of the T-Mobile's like whiz-bang features. Namely, the one that really, raised my eyebrow is that they now have satellite coverage from SpaceX's network.
Oh yeah. That was one of the features that they had on that they offered.
Yeah. Because I actually bought a $400 Garmin InReach Mini 2 for when I'm doing backpacking in the middle of nowhere. I can still get an SOS text out, but with T-Mobile, like your phone would be just fine. Because the Garmin, I had to pay $400 for the satellite device, and then it's like $10 a month to just have it connected. So
wow.
And I don't even go out every month. It's not even guaranteed to be used.
Okay. MT85 says his coverage with Mint is great.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've always been with T-Mobile, so it doesn't surprise me.
Right.
What I got.
Patel, Morty, do you remember an era when there was no speed limit on rural roads? I don't remember anything like that.
No
if there was
speed
that or not, I don't remember. Yeah. The fastest I've ever driven was 86 miles per hour in a Buick LeSabre, and on the New York Thruway or something like that. And I felt like the car was rattling and the wheels were going to pop off. So I really got nervous and I slowed it back down to 65 or 60, whatever. But,
What was the fastest? What?
86.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The fastest you've ever gone in a vehicle?
86. Yeah.
Really?
Well, no, I'm not into the speed thing, you know.
Well, I
Si-
mean, you may not be.
55
but
is
I mean,
fine for me, you know. But that is the fastest I've ever gone. Yeah.
wow. Okay. Because I mean, this minivan over here is regularly has to do 90 to keep up on the freeway.
Holy shit. Wow. Amazing. Whatever happened to drive-in cinemas, milk crates, and frosty root beer? Well, drive-in cinemas, why go to a drive-in when you can just stay home and watch the movie on your large screen? And, you know, it's easier to get sex on your couch than it is in your front seat. So, and milk crates. Well, they don't deliver milk anymore. And a frosty root beer. Don't know.
You can sort of get a frosty root beer here and there.
It was my dad, and I think I would say about 10, give or take. I don't know. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was just, yeah. Yeah. AD, 9.99 super chat. Thank you, AD. That's it. That's it. Many people, normal, and those people, wonder what happened to Morty to make him so distrustful. Now we know his parents threw his comic books out when he was at guitar lessons. No, I'm not.
They created a villain.
I'm not distrustful. I'm very wary, and I'm certainly recognize evil when I see it. You know, on YouTube, I see it. When I see it, I recognize it. I know what it is. You know. So,
yeah, they created a villain.
Oh, I've had one crushing life experience after another, but the comic books was insignificant compared to other stuff, you know. So, but as a 10-year-old kid, I was traumatized. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how you recover from that. You don't even have enough money to like go back and
you can't get them again. They're a year or two old, you know, 2 or 3 years of collecting them, so you can't get them again. Yeah.
Nasty.
It's incredible. Yeah. Patel, Morty, which Archieverse character would you feel is best described as the YouTube Maxwell Smart? Well, that's an interesting question. Now, Barbara
so
Feldman,
Maxwell Smart is a guy who thinks he's does Maxwell Smart really think he's actually good at being a spy?
I think so, but he's a klutz, complete klutz. Yeah.
Right.
And kind of dumb. Barbara Feldon, by the way, I always liked Barbara Feldon when I was a kid, and she was terrific. But anyway, who is Maxwell Smart on YouTube? So someone who thinks they're really smart and clever, but they're really kind of stupid. And well, gee, Hurricane, there's some names that come to mind, but I don't want to say them out loud, you know. But they're one of those people, you know. When Morty was born, airplanes only had propellers. Well, that's not completely correct. No, that's the thing, Gampers. I must have come home from school one day, and or I walked out of my room and went looking for and I was out by the porch, and I said, "Hey, where's my comic books?" Oh, I threw them out. Just taking up space.
It's taking up space.
What space? Three or four brown shopping bags, you know, full of comic books. Yeah.
They're taking up space.
Taking up space. Or it would have been, they're just garbage. I threw it out.
Parents.
Yeah.
But your generation of parents weren't boomers, right?
No, not at all. They no.
That's very odd for that generation. Which one is that? Are they the greatest generation?
Yeah, the greatest generation. Yeah.
They lived through the Great Depression, right?
Correct, right.
And they're throwing out just stuff.
Well, you don't understand. I came up from a very affluent Gatsby-like childhood. You know, I didn't grow up in the hood in Newark, New Jersey, like JB. So to them, it was just bags of garbage. Throw it out. Yeah.
Ah, that's awful. But I mean. Comics are big enough in America to have a culture around them, and I think my understanding is that for the most part, they're not well respected in the past.
Well, in the past, I think that I don't know what they cost back. Maybe a nickel or a dime. I don't even know. 10 cents, a quarter, probably a quarter, maybe 15 cents. So to people older, they just thought, that's just garbage. Throw it out. You know, it's like a
well, but
leftover-
they also did look down on it. Like they didn't see it as like if a kid's into comics, that it's like they're as good as a drug addict.
Oh, they just thought of it as like a leftover newspaper from last week. Just throw it out. You know, incredible.
I guess that is what they thought of it. It's just like newspapers. Why would
Leftover newspapers, throw it out.
Yeah, why would you have that?
Patel,
Like
10
you're
cents.
keeping the weather report from 3 months old.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know what a comic book cost in that era. In let's say the 60s. Probably a quarter. I don't know. What would I have no idea. You could buy the daily newspaper for a dime, right? A nickel, a dime. So I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah.
Well, even then, they would have been making a lot of money on advertising. I don't know if the comics at the time had a lot of advertising in them. I haven't looked
I don't
at
remember
the
anything about
comics.
advertising in the comics. Yeah. Boy, yeah. If I had those, I'd
No, they must have had advertising in comics, because I remember there being advertising for things like the dim mark and stuff like that. You know, X-ray goggles and.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, incredible.
I tell you what really sucks about losing this phone. There was about $200 of Bitcoin on it.
Wow.
That's no joke. It was just a little bit. It was basically my hot wallet. If I wanted to buy anything with it, with Bitcoin, I just have like a dedicated phone for it.
Oh, I
and
see.
That's what I've
Right.
lost.
Right.
So it's not all my Bitcoin. It's just what I wanted to like. And there's some Black Friday specials and stuff, and I'm like, I could use another VPN. I don't want to associate my name with a credit card of the VPN and stuff. Well, that email service, Proton Mail, they've got a discount going right now, and I wouldn't mind staying anonymous.
Right.
It's got to be here somewhere.
Maybe you need to keep your phone on a lanyard tied to your belt buckle or something.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take a quick break while you're doing your phone search. We'll be back in just a moment.
No worries.
All right, very good.
Why would you send your own fun money to people that have money so they can have fun with your money? Support original content, not unoriginal ripped off. Live streams.
No! No!
And we're back.
Yeah.
Campers. Morty, did you use your baseball cards as kindling? I did collect baseball cards when I was a little kid. They came in a pack of Bazooka bubblegum, and they came wrapped up with a baseball card. I remember that. Yeah, how's the weather in Vegas right now? Is it chilly?
It's a lot of rain and a little cold, but not cold by almost.
So it's a
any
good time to
person
visit. No, not the summer when I
maybe.
went.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Formula One weekend, so
Ah,
qualifying is probably going on right now,
right.
or just past.
Right. Breitling, the comics with value, like most baseball cards, are the ones that were mostly read and thrown out. Once they got to mass production and actually collected those, aren't worth much typically. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
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 It's always the tricky part of collectibles is trying to understand, like, can I just take the new one today, hold on to that for 50 years? Is that
Yeah.
worth anything? And then it's complicated. I think, like, I keep asking that question of Rolex, obviously, and I think it's still possible. There's evidence that basically any steel watch in the past is almost none of them are more valuable than the modern stuff, but they've all greatly increased regardless. So
Mhm. Yeah.
and it's like consistent across all the generations. Now near vintage doesn't have quite as much premium, but it's still a big premium. You know, anyone
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
held on to it's
Hey, Patel
doing okay.
Philippe, I just remembered something from my way back childhood. If you make a super chat, I'll tell you a story. Confess, I'll admit something from my childhood. It would be worth your super chat money. I'll give you value for money. Hey, AD Never Calling, $2.99 super sticker. Thank you very much. It's a comic book related thing. Okay, thank you, AD Never Calling. Morty and AD really got a face blasting. Well, I'll talk about that towards the end of the show. The haters stuff. You know, I'll get to that just briefly at the end of the show. Yeah, many comics from the World War II to 50s era didn't survive due to burning of books. Burning of books, or reuse of paper for war efforts. Oh, you mean in World War II? Well, okay, yeah.
Wow.
The 80s was a boom era for comics and sports cards. Most don't have much value. Hit the 70s and backwards, and there can be some good stuff. Yeah, I'm sure if I had those comics and Patel Philippe took a look at them, he'd say you got some good stuff here, man. Yeah.
Do you think the comics would have survived in your hands growing
Well,
older?
I've moved many times, so I think I still would have had them though back somewhere.
You never
back in New York.
got cleaned out, never had a house fire.
No. So they would have survived with a lot of other stuff.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the hurt continues.
It does, yeah. But there's other stuff that have quashed that, really. Yeah, the band took millions out of the market. Oh, okay, Hurricane, here it is. Thank you very much. $6.99 Canadian super sticker. He wants to hear the story. Thank you for the channel's support. So I remember I must have been 8, 9, or 10. And my mom was making dinner, something like that. And she said to me, hey, she gave me a quarter. Okay. I guess she gave me a quarter and says, head over to the supermarket. I want a small bottle of vanilla extract. This is a true story. I have no idea what she was making, and she wasn't really a cooking dinner kind of housewife thing, but she wanted vanilla extract. So I said, oh, okay. So I went over to it was like a 10-minute walk to the supermarket store, candy store, whatever area. And instead of going in the supermarket to get it, I stopped into what they call the candy store back in New York. And it was like a luncheonette, candy, cigarettes, magazines, newspapers. Okay.
Sounds like a news agent in Australia.
It's a New York term for candy store. Anyway, so and it had all the comic books on the shelf and also in these tall rotating displays, revolving displays. You could, you move it around. And you. So I saw the cover. I was looking at the comics, and there was a brand new Batman. Were those released monthly back then? Do you think?
I have no idea.
I would
about
guess
American
monthly.
comics.
I don't know. Yeah. So I was looking at the new Batman. I said, "Oh, I want this." I said, "Oh, but I got to buy that shit." So I bought the comic book, knowing that I was doing the wrong thing. Okay, and I walked back home with because I had the cover was phenomenal, and I had to get it. So I bought the comic, like 8 years old, whatever, and then I came back home, and my mom said, "Did you get it?" And oh no, I bought a comic book instead, and of course they went nuts, and I guess I went back in my room and read the comic and suffered the screaming and hate. I don't remember, but I remember she told me to do that, wanted me to buy that, and I bought the comic book instead. And yeah, amazing. But look, at least I wasn't robbing doctors' offices at night looking for the drugs to sell on the marketplace, on the street, or stealing copper wire, like someone mentioned earlier in the show. In Portland, they have been stealing copper wire for big resale value. I wasn't doing that stuff. I also once tried at that same candy store. A friend of mine challenged me to go in and steal a pack of candy, which would have been like 10 cents for a Hershey bar or a nickel. So I went in and I thought, well, I don't want. And I said, okay, I'll try it. So I did that, and I grabbed a box of Raisinets and headed for the door. And the guy who owned the shop, he grabbed me by the arm and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he really gave me a face blast, He really gave it to me, and I was like, shit, fuck, I'm fucked. And there happened to be a police car at the other end of the street. You could see outside the doorway, outside the parking lot. Happened to be a cop over there. He goes, I could turn you over to that cop right now. You want me to do that? And I said, oh, fuck, no. Well, I didn't say fuck, but scared the shit out of me. So I didn't enter a life of crime like other people have done, on the YouTube. And that was that, Yeah, life was tough back then. I'll tell you.
Yeah, never,
then my friend, he was
attempted
just
to
laughing
steal
his ass
anything in my
off.
life,
That guy, he was
it's,
kind of like Golden Baba, this guy, or a real jerk. Oh, I'm gonna clip that. But anyway, amazing. Campers, everyone bought multiple copies of ASM 252. Was a good investment for 60 cents. What is that, Campers? Same with Simons and Thor 337. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's probably talking about specific comic issues. Yeah. Action Comics, something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing, yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah. Hurricane. Yeah, there was an entire Senate trial against comics as they felt they were a bad influence on the youth.
You're right.
Unbelievable. Referred to as the seduction of the innocent. It created the comic book authority to censor comics. I never heard anything about that. I mean, I never knew anything about that. Unbelievable.
Well, all of Marvel now is very woke, so maybe it is a good thing to. No, I'm an American now. No, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing.
That's a cigar, isn't it? A shitty cigar, Campers. So they knew that you really liked comics. Wasn't just a random bag of No, I was collecting them, saving them, but he must have just looked. My dad must have just thought, "Oh, it's just garbage. Throw it out."
Oh, but I've heard of even more bone. There must be like some sort of a dad syndrome or something like that, or mom and dad syndrome. Hopefully, I'm not lining up to embody, because my friend my age said that his parents just when an older uncle died, left them like a whole box of Rolexes, like a whole box of them, and they just listed it in the local newspaper. Bunch of old watches,
Mhm.
come get like $50 or something like that, and they
Yeah.
just got rid of it like that. It's like it had Rolexes. Like there's no way that they're not worth literally thousands and thousands and thousands
Right.
each. Completely insane. And they go, oh, it's just watches. Like that's just
Right.
just a watches. It's taking up space. Don't worry, it's just watches. What cope? What boneheaded cope? At least recognize that you did wrong. You know what I mean?
This is opening up past suppressed memories now of my stamp collecting and coin
Oh.
collecting when I was that same age.
Yeah.
And I was going to sell the coin collection. And what was this? The stamp collection and the coin collection.
Yeah.
He goes, well, it's not worth anything. I said, well, sure it is.
Yeah.
He said, well, no one's going to buy that. And I said, well, what are you talking about? Another collector would buy it. Those kinds of conversations, it's just like, so I sold them all, and it turned out very nicely. And it's just incredible. It's like, it was like, listen, George and his parents, a similar thing, George Costanza
Right.
and his parents. Yeah.
But how does anyone get that aloof? Like, even as my friend told his story, his parents were probably younger than I am today when
Mhm.
that story happened. So it's nuts to me. And
Well,
his,
they
his,
both
his family
yeah.
comes
Well, they're
from good
both busy. They have
were
they have their own
relatively.
things on their mind, and they just look at a bag of comic books out, in the back, and they go, "It's just garbage. Throw it out." Yeah.
It's just a box of Rolexes. Who cares?
Right.
Just list it on the trading post. Whoever comes. Just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, look, I didn't turn into a heroin addict, a drug addict, street alcoholic crawling on the street. So,
Maybe you should have, and then they would have
Maybe.
respected your stuff. You're like,
maybe. Yeah.
I'll come back, Mum, Dad. I'll take all of your stuff to feed my addiction.
Incredible. Yeah. Very funny, Hurricane. Very funny. I can hear it now from Morty Sr. Comic books are just garbage and trash. No, he wouldn't have said that. He just looked at his bags of garbage out on the back porch,
Yeah, he's not trying to be demeaning. He just doesn't recognize.
No,
any
he just
value
didn't
in
know. He just thought it was bags of garbage. Let's get rid of it. But throwing
Doing
out
you a
those
favor.
4 large brown shopping bags of supermarket bags of comic books doesn't, introduce all new gigantic, 20 square feet of extra space. It's just nothing, Anyway. Davey Smalls, little Dave. Morty, did you ever break into your local veterinarian to raid the cabinets? That was the behavior of one of those people. No, I never broke into doctors' offices, veterinary offices, and stole the drugs to sell them on the street for big profits. No, I've never done that. Which I always found that story kind of fascinating, because those people are supposed to be such big animal lovers and dog lovers. When those drugs are missing the next day, when the doctor comes in and a patient comes in 9 a.m. with a dog needing emergency surgery, and all the anesthetic drugs are gone, the pain-killing meds are gone, what happens to that dog? It's the subsequent tragedy of stealing drugs from a doctor or a vet's office are just innumerable. And but what can I tell you? All I did was try and steal the box of Raisinets, which I did not succeed at. Right. Hurricane, ASM 252 is the first appearance of the black suit in Spider-Man, which later became Venom.
Oh, interesting.
Now, I saw a clip.
I didn't know it was just a suit to begin with.
Yeah, I saw a clip on YouTube from a movie, and I think the character was Venom, which I had never heard of before. The guy, a regular-looking guy, is in a corner grocery store kind of place. Somebody comes in to hold up the shop, holding a gun at the Korean lady behind the counter. So this guy turns into this character with his drooling saliva, gigantic teeth, and then he rips off his suit, and the lady knew who he was and said, "Thanks for coming by." I don't know what the movie was. Maybe it was called.
Yeah,
Venom.
that is Venom. Yeah,
Venom. Okay, yeah. And was that a big hit? Do you think, that movie?
I think it was a bomb.
Really?
Pretty sure that was a bomb. Yeah, nowhere near as popular
Sometimes,
stuff.
yeah. Sometimes people do not know what they have when people pass. This is many times especially true with art. Well, that's of course true. Yeah.
Yeah, well, any collectible. I mean, it's a task to sell this stuff, even if you know very well what you have, quote unquote. I sold my Speedmaster
Mhm.
recently, and knowing who's a reputable dealer to get your thing, I reached out to the local watch community here. Now, if someone just randomly handed the watch,
Mhm.
they wouldn't know anything about
Right.
it, where to
Right.
go.
Campers. I was with my dad at the New York Comic Show at the Roosevelt Hotel when I bought 10 copies of 252. Wow. Also got an
I'm
excellent
from
copy of,
Australia. Oh, go ahead.
also got an excellent copy of Avengers 98. Wow.
Yeah, I'm from Australia, so the only things we got were a type of reprint, I think. Like they're not like the prints that Americans covet, like what's actually released. So they're kind of reprints. So they're not collectible at all, regardless of significance.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
Campers.
we also got
Yeah.
a lot of English comics, which I liked the most. I was really into 2000 AD and Judge Dredd.
Mhm. I'd never heard of Judge Dredd until that Sly Stallone movie. I never heard of that character.
Yeah, it's quite odd to like take a property. It's not like comic book movies where like, oh, you got to make sure make a comic book movie of every character. But yeah, Judge Dredd. I love Judge Dredd. It's a fantastic comic.
Campers and Patel Philippe are real comic book guys. They know a lot of stuff.
Mm.
ASM 9 is the first appearance of Electro. 41 is Rhino. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Oh, these are villains in the DC universe.
I paid a pretty penny to get a mid-grade first Dr. Octopus, but I wanted a good example. Wow. I was telling Morty how borderline offensive the first Vulture was. I don't know any of those comic book characters. I prefer first Sandman to Vulture. Wow.
Check these out.
Amazing.
We got a whole bag of face masks. Won't need these again.
Ah, right. No luck with the phone, huh?
No. I can't remember if it's bin day today. I haven't gone outside. Oh. I think I'm supposed to bring them in today. I'm not sure.
You ever see Doc's Report's garage, in the villages?
No, I haven't.
He showed videos of his garage, and it is the cleanest, most spotlessly clean garage I've ever seen anywhere. Not one leaf, not one oil stain on the concrete, the cement floor.
Yeah.
No rakes and shovels lined up against the wall. Everything in neat little boxes, organized.
But he moved there. He's only been there for what, 5 years or something.
Yeah. Everything lined up on the wall. Every tool, every wrench, screwdriver, every table. Not one speck of dirt in the garage. I couldn't believe it. It was like a showplace.
Yeah, I could get it. Like, I mean, if you arrive in boxes, but I mean the tools being set up, that's nice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like your garage looks like a garage. You got boxes and stuff, and
Yeah. Well, it's particularly bad because I can't come in here during summer to do any kind of tidying up.
Yeah.
So there's no no upkeep happening for like 6 months of the year. It's just too hot in here.
Wow.
So we have to do a spring clean and a fall clean. And this isn't really the fall clean. This is me just looking for my phone.
Yeah. Hertan, I paid $30,000 for the first appearance of Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy 15.
Huh.
Amazing. And that's freedom dollars, not maple syrup dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it's hard to tell how many of these collectibles will keep moving up or down what have you. You know, these are cultural items, so they're still technically pop culture
Yeah,
because these
yeah.
are things that you had as a kid, as opposed to definitely timeless already, because you know there's no generation who was a contemporary for it. And I think like vintage cars right now are like tanking, like anything pre 50s or something like that is just absolutely tanking because no one cares.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it should be, right? I mean, you can't, like, every generation has to find their own thing. That's what pisses me off about like the Omega Speedmaster, the Snoopy, and everyone with Snoopy. I was like, Snoopy isn't our generation's comic book guy, you know, our generation's character. You know, it would be SpongeBob or something like that. Maybe not yours, but
Yeah,
closer
right.
to mine.
I never understood the concept of of a sponge character, a sponge with a head who talks. It just makes
SpongeBob
no
is
sense.
fantastic. He's fantastic. SpongeBob is the best.
What is it about SpongeBob? What kind of character is he? You know, like,
He's just a regular guy, quote unquote, and he's happy with his job. There's just a fry cook at a local fast food place. He makes the Krabby Patties, which are just, you know, he's the
right?
fry cook, and he's just relatively low IQ, and he's got an even far lower IQ friend, and they just enjoy their lives. It's good. I love SpongeBob.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they've got this relatively middle class friend, Squidward, who is constantly infuriated by SpongeBob and his friend Patrick just having too much fun.
Hmm.
But you know what? They're still basically friends.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, I don't see how that can possibly compete with characters like Yosemite Sam and Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd, but you know, I
I
guess.
mean, I watched a lot of Looney Tunes. I don't think there's a heck of a lot of substance to that.
Mhm.
I mean, that was predominantly slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. While SpongeBob might mock relatively surrealistic stuff, like you know, as an adult, it's actually quite a watchable show.
Wow.
Like, you know, questioning what it means to
Well,
play
Daffy
fair.
Duck, he portrayed a lot of human quality. He was a real greedy bastard. Yeah. And Bugs Bunny, you know, he was very clever, very smart, always outwitting the person in power, and you know, Elmer or whoever. And it's great stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
But,
did you see this Glock stuff? Is that a topic you'd like to cover?
sure. Yeah.
Did you see the Glock V and
Yeah, I saw the
California?
V's. The V's been introduced. I've seen some videos.
You mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's completely ridiculous. Basically, they've introduced a model which is basically a California compliant
Right.
model for everyone, and it completely eliminates parts interchangeability between every previous generation and the Glock V, and all it achieves is complying with California's BS,
Hmm. Exactly.
and there's no consumer improvement. It's not a consumer focused release at all. There isn't a single function, feature, or otherwise.
Yeah. Well,
It
it's
just makes
something
things
that
harder
happened
for everyone.
because the fanatic liberal Democrats were in charge of the decision, and so they had to adjust.
No, they didn't have to do anything. They could have just said, "Fuck you, we'll fight you in court." But
Okay.
they decided
Right.
to
Okay.
release a model that would hopefully, you know, skirt their ire, basically.
Right.
So that it isn't a law that they're skirting. It's lawsuits,
Mhm.
and they've basically opened the door for every other manufacturer who makes a similar type of gun,
Mhm.
and you know, hopefully better manufacturers than Glock will fight it. So
Mm.
Ruger got a letter from the Connecticut AD, so AG,
Mhm.
and they basically said, "Go fuck yourself. We're going to
Right.
make this gun.
Right.
We have every right to make this gun, and Americans have every right to own this gun." So that's really the long and the short of it. That Glock is basically, they released an anti-2A gun, basically.
Hmm.
It's a gun for people who are allowed to have it.
There, I don't know the details, but some years ago, Springfield Armory got in heavy political shit for betraying Second Amendment gun owners
Yes.
by making a deal with the Illinois government or something on their products. I don't know what that was, but I have Springfield products, and whatever they did, I don't know what it was. But
No,
every once in a
that-
while on people's comments, I see people say, "I fuck Springfield. I'll never buy their shit." So,
yeah, I'm still a F Springfield guy, 100%.
really.
What they
What
did
was it that they did? Do you recall briefly what it was?
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a legislation that was coming up in their state, and their lobbyists simply proposed a line item exclusion for Springfield. Like they didn't care about 2A. They just wanted a velvet rope that they could walk through.
Hmm.
So it's anti 2A. It's really that simple. So
Mm.
I won't support such companies. But Benchmade's the worst. They're not a gun company, but they
Yeah,
are
yeah.
producing arms, and like Benchmade are the worst. They've even pulled down their apology site. Well, it wasn't even an apology. It's like, oh, we do support, your rights and stuff. Here are some of the things that, we support. They've even pulled that website down, and I've got emails from them. Actually, I've talked to them multiple times on this subject, and I can tell you exactly what Benchmade has on the subject. I've thought about making a video, but
Hmm.
I don't know. There's not much to go on, as in, if people aren't satisfied that the pictures of them destroying guns doesn't make them anti-2A, their follow-up messaging doesn't
Mm.
help or take away from that. I think it's like, any company that's caught destroying guns, it's like, that's it. Like, no, absolutely not.
Mm.
Say
Amazing.
Benchmade.
So if you were going to buy a 45, you would not consider. Well, you have a Springfield 45, don't you? You said you had.
Yeah, I bought it secondhand.
Ah, I see.
So I kind of get around that loophole by buying secondhand.
So if you were going to buy a brand new 45, you would not even consider Springfield.
Correct, but
Right.
there's so many options for 45s now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That it's not even really that interesting.
Right, right.
Yes. So Benchmade, and I sent them a thing to their customer service because it's the only thing that they have in response. And so they said, thank you for your concern. We appreciate you for reaching out. We can assure you that we fully support Second Amendment rights as well as law enforcement. Please see our website to see some of the organizations Benchmade supports. And then there's this website called BMK Cares,
Mhm.
and it now 404s. It used to have a list of FUD bullshit stuff. So I sent them a follow-up email 2 years later in 2024. I said, I've noticed this page now deleted. What is Benchmade's current position of supporting the Second Amendment and your customers' right to bear arms, including your products? What organizations do you support or actions you've participated in to defend your customers' rights? And what have we got? Thank you for contacting us. Benchmade does not comment specifically on political contributions, but we can proudly say that we support issues that look out for the best interests of small businesses, manufacturing, and education, and the right to carry. We appreciate contacting us. Please let us know. Now, if they actually were supporting the Second Amendment, don't you think that they would simply say what they've done?
Well, that was a non-answer answer.
Yeah. It's completely insane.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just say, oh, yeah, we've donated $100,000 to kniferights.org. You don't even have to support the guns if you think that's going to split your market or something like that. Just support carrying knives. And kniferights.org is probably one of the best organizations in the country. But I wouldn't even lead into that. Like, they can tell me. Like, they're the ones who need to prove that they're in there. So I went back and looked at the archive and I said, can you confirm whether you've withdrawn support or continue to support the previously listed organizations? Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, American Knife and Tool Institute, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Pacific Northwest Defense Coalition. Are there other organizations, PACs, or other parties that have received donations from Benchmade that you are proud to support? And they said, please complete the link below before concerning donations or sponsorship. Please be advised that requests are reviewed in the order they receive. Basically, they say we're not going to we're not going to answer your question. Please fill out this other form.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So yeah, they've never apologized for what they've done. They supported under the guise of they support law enforcement, you know, and small businesses and manufacturing, and
Yeah.
you know, basically they're saying we've given money to Democrats again and again and again,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's under the guise of support the small business, you know, whatever that like it's just completely dodging. I mean, what we're asking is, what do you say when the company is caught destroying perfectly working guns with their equipment in their factory? Like they were destroying it, posting it on Facebook, how proud they were to support.
Well, they could have
law
given them to Obama to use in his Fast and Furious program to send to the cartel people in Mexico to kill Americans with, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't like Benchmade's squirreliness on that. There are better knife manufacturers. I don't mean they're alternatives. I just mean there are better knife manufacturers. Spyderco is fantastic. You can buy a Walmart lightweight knife from Ozark Thinger. Their $14 knife is, go look at YouTube, Walmart versus Benchmade. The Walmart knife wins in their durability test. So I don't think there's any reason to be paying.
Yeah, but in a
$300
in a face-to-face fight for your life, where the crackhead guy with the crowbar says, "Oh, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker," and you go, "Wait a minute, all right, but be warned," and you pull out, "I got a Walmart folding knife here, so you really want to tangle with this?" I don't know if that's gonna, you know. But I mean, if you know how to use it, then it doesn't matter. So
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a Glock. Are they anti-2A? I think you could say maybe they're controlled opposition, as in they'll just bend the knee wherever they need to, and in general hurt the wider firearms industry by setting precedent that is horrible.
Well, I've never been a Glock owner. I've never even fired a Glock, so the company itself doesn't interest me in that regard. But making a precedent, so to speak, for other gun manufacturers is always not good.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really important that, like, if any gun manufacturer gets sued, that all parties sort of like come together and fight. And then you have Glock just sort of like, oh, but if we change this and this, we can make this, you know, nice for you, right? You know, the gun owners aren't allowed to have such things. Yeah. But you got a gun recently, right?
Yeah, I've got. I have two Sprint. I have two Springfield products. I would not be at all averse to buying another Springfield product. I really like the ones I have. And I have Smith, Springfield, Smith, HK, and Ruger products. Yeah.
I think the trouble with
I mean, I've had many other ones in the past, but that's my current lineup.
It is being caught not doing right on the 2A side of things, but also as far as their business is concerned, they're just an importer, except for the 1911s. They're just an importer.
Right. That's right.
And they charge a very hefty premium on their imported products. So there's some angst amongst the gun community about Springfield, both on the 2A side as well as their business practices, as in they're allowed to make a profit, but they're doing like 100% gross margin, you know, and they're like these foreign made guns that most Americans will not be able to pronounce the countries that they're coming from, and they're just charging double because the Springfield brand has some whatever value to it. I mean, they charge a premium,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it
But they do
but even
offer.
Springfield is not a real brand. Like they try to
Oh, I know. Yeah,
phrase it so it's like the Springfield Armory, but they're
like it
really
goes
just an
back to the
imported
George
equipment.
Washington period. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I bought it, and I didn't know this until I was at the store to make the purchase. It was a promotional package, which they offer every once in a while. So you get an extra deluxe case. I mean, it's just a case with 5 magazines. So you get 3 extra high cap magazines included, or 3. I don't remember, 3 extra magazines plus the 2 it comes with, and for the same price
That's
as
very good.
just the regular issue. So I thought, well, I can't pass this up. This is great. Not only do I want this gun, but you get the bonus package. So it was terrific.
Yeah, Breitling 9700 is asking about the Kuna.
Yeah. Thoughts about the
yeah.
new Springfield Kuna, right?
Yeah. So that's a new PCC that they're importing, and it looks fantastic. I'm big into PCCs. It looks really nice. There's not too much to say about it. It uses the correct mags, so it uses the CZ Scorpion mags, which are the best mags.
Mhm.
I think it does. Looks like it does, or at least it's a good double stack mag. Metal construction and stuff. It looks like a really fine PCC, basically. Whether it's better than an MPX, I don't know. Probably a little bit cheaper, but it's not cheap, as best as I can tell.
Oh, I just remembered that the Springfield I bought, it came with the 3 extra mags, a polymer style belt holster for range use, not for concealed use, and a 2 mag belt clip as well for range use. So what a deal! And they offer those bonus offers every once in a while, or packages. Yeah.
Personally, I really like the Daniel Defense PCC. Arguably, it's not very good value, just like anything Daniel Defense, and it's blowback. It's not even that interesting in terms of action, but it uses CZ Scorpion mags, and it's meant to be a go-to-war gun, as in it's tuned properly that it'll shoot lead downrange into whoever's attacking you. I can't really say the same for almost any other PCC except for the MPX. They're all kind of toys. So yeah, we'll see how the Kuna goes.
Oh, I also have Mossberg. Forgot that one as well. Dave, little Dave, is it taboo to have a 1911 that's not a 45?
I don't think it's taboo. I think the reason it's not done as much is because the geometry of the 9mm round on a 1911 doesn't make it more reliable, and 1911s is usually an uphill battle with reliability. Now, my Springfield 1911 45 Springfield operator, that is very reliable. My TRP, which is the expensive 45 I got, is not that reliable. But basically, there's a difference in height between the 9mm and where the barrel sits on a 1911, where the angle is a lot sharper, and so you may have trouble on different types of rounds of 9mm. Which just means if you've got a round that works, just stick to it. That's fine. So I think that's it. That's the only thing, really. I mean, and I guess compared to other ways you can sling 9mm downrange, there's a lot of options. So rarely is a 1911, the option that's chosen.
Ruger makes a PCC 9mm carbine or something like that.
That's pretty handy. It's not. It's modeled after the PC carbine or the police carbine. It has a takedown variant. Look, when it came out, it was a very interesting offering because there weren't many things that would sling 9mm in a rifle format. Now there's a lot more options. It's hard to justify the Ruger PC carbine in 9. I think something that can be sort of taken down is and is good is I think the M&P 9mm PCC. I can't remember the name of it, but they've got an M&P that sort of folds, and it's basically a ripoff of the Caltech PCC, but it's actually made by Smith & Wesson. Actually looks good.
Mhm.
Solves some of the problems with mounting optics that the Caltech had. So by being side folding, because the Caltech was top folding, which meant if you put an optic there, you couldn't fold it anymore. So the Smith & Wesson is side folding. So I'd go for the Smith & Wesson if the Ruger was actually of interest. And the Ruger can take Glock mags as an option, and I think the M&P can actually, well, it takes M&P mags, but I think it can also take Glock mags as an option as well.
Yeah, John Swatch, how you doing? Kimber 1911 here. Your barbecue gun. What's a barbecue gun? I don't know what that means. But, the finest 1911 I ever shot was when I lived in LA at the range. It was I rented it's called a Kimber Eclipse model. I don't think they make that in their lineup now. And it was like all black, all stainless black image, very sleek looking. And it just was flawless. Just unbelievably great.
Yeah. Giogadwa says for 1911, 38 Super is cool too. Yeah, 38 Super is cool. Although I don't know about how you are familiar with 38 Super. I mean,
well, that's the El Jefe for the Mexican market, Latin America market. 38 Super primarily.
Okay.
It's popular.
It's extremely popular in competition because in competition you get in open competition, so when in the category where it's full race guns, you can either have major power factor scoring, or minor power factor scoring. What it means is you get more points for suboptimal hits on the target, not perfect. You get more points if you use the more powerful cartridge, and they measure that power by doing speed multiplied by weight. I think it is. I don't think they do speed squared. Maybe they do, but anyway, they calculate what the energy level is, and what they're not doing is saying 9mm gets this, 45 gets this, blah blah blah. It's based on what is actually coming out of your gun, what speed it's actually doing. So 38 Super, you take basically the 9mm round, and then you just have a huge whopping case on it, and you launch it downrange at far beyond supersonic. The advantage there is that it's 9mm effectively in diameter, and you can fit 26, 27 rounds in a 170mm mag, instead of a small amount of rounds in the same amount of mag if you were shooting 45. So I don't know if 38 Super are used in any other context other than
it's
gunning hard in
Colt
open
makes one of their 45s in 38 Super. This is in the 80s or 90s, called the El Jefe, the President. And it's marketed for Latin America because that's more popular there, that caliber. But
why?
Outside of competitive shooting, like you described, I'm not aware of it having any
because it's going to
popularity.
beat the shit out of your gun. You know what I mean? It's not going to. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a 1911 frame, it's designed for a higher power factor anyway. So, yeah, I don't know.
So the barbecue gun is, you go, looky here, boy, my recent pickup, as you flip the burger patties, right?
I do remember seeing someone at one time open carrying a gold 1911. That was very nice. That's definitely barbecue gun category. Chrome Colt for barbecue gun.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have a barbecue gun. At best, maybe my Springfield 1911 TRP. That's the most Hollywood gun I've got. I call it my Hollywood gun because it looks nice. It looks like you could be on the cover of an action movie with like the big
on the
1911
Springfield
stainless steel.
lineup. They have one that it's like 3,000. It's a blued 1911, and they said it was originally made as a special run for the FBI.
That's
now
the
it's
gun. That's
and it's
mine.
available now, for general purchase. And I was always attracted to that one because, well, if they made it for the FBI, it must be absolutely incredibly good. Is that the
Yeah,
one you
even
have?
even that is actually. So that's the gun I'm referring to. That's the gun
Right.
that I have, is the TRP,
Yeah.
tactical response pistol.
Mm.
Made for the FBI. But it's actually a lie.
Hmm.
It's actually a lie. So the FBI did get 1911s from Springfield, called the TRP. However, they were made custom. The Springfield TRP that they sell to civilians is not the same gun.
Uh-huh.
It's not custom. It's mass manufactured.
Right.
It's just literally not the same gun. So
Right. Well, so much for that.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. That being said, it's still a reasonably respected mass-produced 1911.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Mm.
don't think they sell it anymore. I'm not
I don't know if
seeing
it's
it.
on. But
Oh
this-
yeah, they got it. They got a
they still have it.
TRP.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have the TRP.
Because it looked great when I saw that, but I wasn't going to
Yeah,
spend
they
3,000
look
on it.
Yeah.
Pistol, but- John Swatch, my most recent purchase, Benelli M4. Well, that's the way to go.
Yeah, you can bring it up here. They're not hiding the fact actually anymore that it's not actually a FBI gun.
Right.
So
right.
if you go down, there's like some paragraphs. The second paragraph talks about the history.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I can't bring that up because I'm not using Chrome, so I can't share
Oh,
other
okay.
websites.
So yeah, so even in their page for the TRP, it says a storied history. When the FBI's hostage rescue team chose Springfield Armory Professional, it established the performance and feature set required of a modern, hard-use 1911. So there was a branch of Springfield that made custom guns. So the
Right.
FBI HRT wanted a 1911.
Right.
Inspired by that collaboration,
Uh-huh.
the TRP. So it's not the same gun.
Right. So in the picture
this is
here,
whatever they put together, they'll put the
yeah, it's got
brand on it.
completely different grips than when I first saw it years ago. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my TRP doesn't look like any of these
yeah,
at
yeah.
all. Actually,
Right.
yeah, we're on live stream. I wish I could show you it, but yeah, my TRP does not look like these guns that they're selling right now.
And these are about 2,000, 1999, it says.
Yeah, these aren't cheap.
The one, these are all 1999 or less. This one that I saw some years ago, it was 2,999. So that might have been something different than this current lineup, which they've changed. I don't know.
Yeah, street pricing seems to put them at about 1,440 to 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one kind of looks like mine. Oh, but they're all out of stock. So these are just old SKUs.
Right.
Oh yeah, this one is exactly like mine. This is but I don't think you can buy them anymore. This one's mine basically. I have no rail, and yeah, it looks nice, very Hollywood. But as you can see, like none of it looks like what they're selling now.
Yeah, right.
Right. Website. They've all got rails now. And
yeah, well, now the one that I was thinking of did not come with rails, so it was like
Yeah.
10 years ago or so.
Yeah,
I
think rails would make sense, but it's just that's clearly not what they would have ordered at the time. It just wasn't a thing.
And this one is 1490. Is that what it says?
Yeah,
I can't make it out. Yeah,
yeah.
very nice.
It's okay. There's a lot of actually nice 1911s out there.
Right.
But I don't care about nice. I just care about what'll put holes in paper in competition.
And what you can show off at the barbecue. Right.
So yeah, Dan Wesson is the 1911 and Nighthawk. to
Is that a
some
high
extent.
quality premium 1911 Dan Wesson? Because they look really nice.
Yes, yeah, Dan Wesson, very, very nice
Yeah, okay, that's
premium
good to know.
1911. I don't even know how much they cost. Like his website's like
Guy, Aussie, what did Aussie shoot competition with? Question.
a lot of things. I started off with 1911, USPSA, and then went to production with an M&P, 5-inch gun, performance center, full size
Mhm.
M&P, and shot that for about a year, and then started shooting PCC. So I shot an AR 9mm in 9mm, and then towards the end SIG MPX. I'm sort of starting to get back into competition shooting a little bit now. That's a little tricky, but I'm shooting the SIG P320 in
Well, let's say you
competition.
lived in Portland and you had a carry permit, and you're going to go to Voodoo Donuts at midnight. What would you take with you besides the tank?
Shorty AK.
There you go. Right. Very good.
Yeah, Shorty AK. You just have that on like a sling, and then
Right.
an overcoat, and
You said
keep your arm out of
Right.
your jacket. You just have that underneath the
Right.
overcoat.
Good. Very
And,
good.
yeah, definitely. Hey, that's what we do at nighttime here in Vegas. One of the first runs to the ATM, we had to go at midnight. I was like, honey, you seriously put us in a position that we need money by the morning, and so we have to go to the ATM now. It's okay, all right. It's like a Saturday near midnight. I'm like, okay, you're going to be in the back seat with the AK as we go
Right.
through the drive-through ATM. Okay. I quickly looked up the rules. Like, no, as long as she doesn't have one chambered, we're good.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah, no, it is a great choice, because if you
Yeah.
need to shoot through car doors and stuff, you
Sure,
totally want
right.
7.62 by 39.
Mhm.
That's the perfect ATM drive-through gun. And then with the minivan, you can just slide open those power doors. They don't even get in the way.
Right.
Could you
Amazing.
imagine how awesome that is?
Yeah.
The minivan, you could have two friends on each side of the sliding doors.
Oh, you better just go get a Brinks truck. Head down to the donut shop at midnight, and you're okay. So, yeah.
Oh god, we only have crappy snacks left. Doing very well on the diet, I think. We've successfully emptied the pantry of things to top up the calorie count at the end of the night.
Well, before the show's over, whenever that is, I will comment on some hate material recently on the other channels. I'll make a brief
even
comment
more
on that.
recent.
Oh yeah, well it's every day. Yeah.
Okay.
It's every day. it's nonstop, but yeah. But so what do you have banana? All right.
Yeah. You're keeping healthy, I guess.
Crappy. What kind of gun did your good friend? Yeah, I watched Nicholas said he bought a gun. I have no idea what he has, what he bought. I don't know. No idea.
Why'd you buy a gun?
He had the money. Well, he doesn't need the money, so he's got fun money. That's right. Yeah.
Do you know why he bought it?
I have no idea. Statists don't sleep. They have a driven desire for their high. You're absolutely right again, Breitling. Yeah. John Swatch. They were going hard on you last night, Morty. You're in the mainstream. Okay, I'll comment on it now. I won't wait till the end of the show. So,
how could they possibly? This is absurd.
Yeah. Well, they're insane. So last night I got some emails, number of emails saying, "Hey, the that guy who's doing a hate fest on you right now. If you want to take a look, he was just going nuts all over me because he's just he's a psychopath, textbook psychopath. I mean, just look up the definition in any legitimate textbook, and it's 100% match. Anyway, so I turned on the show. It had been on for quite a while, and I didn't watch any of it. I turned it I set it to the beginning and recorded the whole show because I'm sure they would have taken it down, which they did. They put it in membership immediately. So I have a copy of the whole show. I didn't watch 1 second of it because I don't care what the guy says. Why would I care? He's a deranged psychopath, and the most vicious person on YouTube, just vicious. And so I could tell you this: whatever he said last night, it was all bullshit and lies, distortions, and made up stuff. And I heard him today on the Locks report on the dungeon. He popped on there. And he said, "Oh yeah, AD Never Calling was on Morty's last night, and Morty he said something like Morty shamed him for making a donation to the franchise club of $9, whatever it was, guilt by association, and that wasn't what I said at all." So he twists everything. It goes in one ear, and it gets in his gerbil cages in his brain, and it comes out of his mouth totally twisted and disoriented from what was originally said. And all I would say to that is go watch my show last night to see what I said, and then go listen to what that guy said, and you'll see that's not what I said at all. But anyway, yeah, so I don't listen to what he says because I don't care. I mean, him and the Nazi guy and the haters and the sick assholes, they're sick people. Sick people. And they get a lot of viewers, and hey, listen, like I said, when there's a car crash on the street, all the people come out to look at the decapitated heads rolling down and the blood and the guts, and they stand there and watch it. So what can I tell you? End of statement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm tired of saying I never said that. I never said anything like that because nobody believes me anyway. People who know me will believe me, and the other people don't because they're lemmings and they suck up to the haters. Yeah. Bounce much. You had a lot of support in the chat, Morty. Well, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. But nobody ever says to these people, nobody ever says, "Hey, shut the fuck up. You're absolutely wrong. Stop spreading hate and bullshit." Nobody ever stands up. People in this community never stand up because they're all a bunch of weaklings and lemmings, and 99% never say anything when someone's getting destroyed by the verbal tirades of these maniacs. Nobody, and so that speaks of that whole group of people, Anyway, okay, John, thank you. Yeah. End of comment, right? Yeah. Anyway, see what you miss, Aussie Expat, by not watching the hate channels? Yeah, they were making fun of you because you were wearing something by Balenciaga.
No,
hat,
I've got
shoes, maybe shoes.
No, I don't have anything.
A shirt, a hat, a jacket, something. And they were picking on you, with the insults and put downs. Oh, he thinks Balenciaga's a cool brand. Oh, Jesus,
Oh, well, I did say it was a cool brand.
All right.
I mean, I don't have anything
the thing about this, and that displays crystal clear their repressed, suppressed, or in many cases, wide open gayness, bisexuality, homosexuality tendencies, is who the hell sits around in a group of 20, 30, 40, 50 guys and talks about somebody else's shoes, their haircut. They watch videos of guys in a swimming pool, like some perverted priest at a Catholic high school, parochial school, looking at the kids in the locker room when they're taking showers. I mean, that's what they do. And they talk about cock. Every show is cock, come. That's all they talk about. Right. I did hear 1 second of it where he said, "Oh, Morty's channel. He's the hater. He's the hater. He talks about face blasting all the time. He's the face blaster." I show those face blast clips to reflect on those people because that's all they talk about is face blasting and cum, and cock. They're all sick. They're sick people. But whatever.
Yeah, I've never enjoyed those shows of
Yeah. No, they're
like
sick.
going back over and
Sadists.
watching end to end
Yeah.
someone else's live stream. It just seems so
Yeah.
like I can barely make any sense of it. First
No,
of
they're
all,
insane. They're insane. It's like it's absolutely no different than going to your local state mental hospital, asking to see the severe patients ward, where they're all in there screaming and talking to themselves and babbling and about they think they're Napoleon or something or George Washington and and in cell number 1 you got a guy suck my cock, suck my cock, suck my cock, suck my cock. In cell number 2, face blast, face blast. I love cum, face blast. And cell number 3, I lost 3 yacht masters. I lost 3 yacht masters. I lost 3 yacht masters. And number 4, you got the Nazi, doing all the Nazi hate and shit. And they're all sick, to varying levels, But yeah. Hey, I never I never got involved with prison blowjobs, and that guy admitted it. Sucking the cock in prison. He admitted it. He's the bisexual, not me. We don't know if he was catching or pitching, but I would assume both. And we don't know if he was spitting or swallowing, but I would say swallowing. Some kind of blast, whatever. Okay, Breitling. It's really sad because sadists are typically lonely people at the end of the day. They usually get a high for humiliating others to fill a void in their own emptiness. That's absolutely true. Plus their own inner torment and anguish. Think of all the things those people have done in their life, sucking prison cock and a life of crime and prison and drugs and alcohol and all kinds of just demeaning, vile fucking shit. And they live with this shit 24/7 in their head. So everything they say about other people, it's all projection of what's going on inside their own twisted mind and soul. It's absolutely true.
I really wish I understood people better. I mean, people fascinate me. They always do. Like, I'm also not even a very good read of if someone's drunk or high or something like that. I'm genuinely confused by most people's behavior.
Yeah. So this video, like, I'm just gonna show this for 10 seconds. Okay, so where is it here? Like this one. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, that's a very, very funny video. Okay, and that doesn't reflect me or my channel. That indicates the face blasting, because they use that term. That goes on those other channels where they just talk about cum, cock, cum rag, cum dumpster. It's just endless cum talk. They never talk about women, by the way. It's always cum, guys. They don't show videos of sexy women in bikinis. They show guys in the pool, guys. They talk about guys in the locker room, guys at the fitness center. It's just it's the ultimate gayness. It's just and then they sit around and talk about fragrances. After they talk about shoes, then they talk about fragrances, and then it's back to cum and suck my cock, suck my cock, suck my cock. I mean, it's the gayness or the repressed or out in the open gayness is unbelievable, or bisexuality. So what these people do there, the lemmings, they give huge amounts of money, and then they get screamed at and lied to, and and treated like shit. So in effect, the face blast, the face blasters, and the face blasties. That's the channel content there. It's absolutely sick and twisted shit. Deviant, degrading, defiling, garbage. But he said, I heard him on the dungeon today with the Locks report. He goes, that's what it's all about. This is like OC. That's what it's all about. He says, at the end of the day, it's all about money. See, I disagree with that. There's good money, there's clean money, and there's dirty money. And I don't want dirty money. If someone breaks into a doctor's office, steals drugs, sells them on the street, and has got a wad of cash, I don't want any of that money. I don't want it at all. And at the end of the day, it's not just about money. No, it's about being a decent human being. treating people decently, providing uplifting or quality material for people to spend their time listening to. It's not about money. There's all kinds of ways to make money besides being a pimp, whore, drug dealer, criminal, gangster, crooked businessman. I want nothing to do with that money.
Mm-hmm.
End of statement.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, just fucking sick people.
yeah.
But
It's
believe who
hard
I
to
would say to the
understand, like,
audience, whoever's
motivations.
watching this, believe who you want. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, nasty talk. But they have been nasty to women too in the past.
Oh yeah,
Because I haven't
yeah.
heard anything new. But
Well, they treated
everyone's
Blondie
going
like
through.
absolute shit.
I
don't wanna-
know, I know. That was
I had brought her to
that was really
tears,
nasty.
and I get it. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to mention some things, but they brought her to tears, and then
Really?
they act concerned. Oh, I better call her after after they just destroy somebody, you put him towards suicide. Oh, maybe I should call him and see if he's okay. Well, you're the one. You're the culprit. It's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, John. There's even clean super chats and dirty super chats. Right. Yeah. True character is looking at how people treat others and not just you. That's correct. A lot of self-serving personalities in the YouTube space, strictly self-absorbed. Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, change the subject maybe, but
Yes.
October, this past completed October, was the lowest box office October for Hollywood in 30 years.
That's
box
quite
office
a
for
that's quite a
30
statement.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
30 years. The worst October in 30 years. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, look at the trash they put out and the idiots and the deviants. I mean, the deviants and perverts who run the businesses there, make the decisions, produce the films. I mean, garbage content and yeah, it's incredible.
I guess they were hoping that Tron Ares would do well, and they certainly spent enough money, but it's by every review I've seen, it's just horrible. So I haven't bothered to go watch it. I actually watched Tron Legacy, gearing up to watch Ares the week later in cinema with my son's friend and his dad. We were gonna go and see it, and I was like, I think we should not go. Like this just does not seem like it's interesting at all. So yeah, and then a whole bunch of other releases that were nothing, and yeah, they just don't have anything right now. Nobody wants to see another Marvel movie. The Star Wars franchise is dead. They're not making interesting movies. It's all fucked basically.
What's the last movie you saw in the theater?
Formula One, in summer. That was because I was in Spokane in Coeur d'Alene in Idaho, and so it had already been like 2 months since I've had my own home theater. So I'm not against. If you don't have a home theater, it makes sense to me that you would go to the cinema more often.
Yeah. The last movies I saw in a theater, very few. I went with some liberal lady friends of mine here in Portland, and they wanted to go to a movie, and they invited me along. And I said, "Yeah, sure." So we went to lunch, and then the movie and lunch. I don't. And it was a movie about Harriet Tubman.
Oh God.
Maybe it was called Harriet. It was absolute liberal swill, woke swill. There's a story. She certainly is worthy of a bio.
Is AD never calling on? Because can you read what's on my cup?
Let me make it larger. 1 second.
Magnolia Market and Garden in Waco, Texas.
I've been to Waco many times. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I buy at Goodwill. I normally stroll by the mugs and try to find the best mugs.
You buy your coffee mugs at Goodwill?
Yeah, because the mugs will come from all over the country, from different eras and time
Wow.
frames,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and they're
Yeah.
they're like $1. So like, I'll just get a couple interesting ones.
Wow. And then the other movie I saw was the Clint Eastwood directed movie about the Navy SEAL who was shot when he got home.
Oh, I hadn't heard that
Kyle,
he'd done another movie. Okay,
what was his name? He
you're not
came
talking
home and
about
he was
American
shot. He
Sniper.
was at
You're
a
talking about
shooting
American
range.
Sniper. Is that literally
American
the second
Sniper.
last movie you've seen?
Yeah,
That's like
at a
20
no,
years
no,
ago.
in a movie theater.
Yeah, that's like 20 years ago, I think.
Really? 10? Well, whatever it was. I saw that in the movie theater and that Harriet Tubman piece of shit movie. I don't, because there's nothing for me to see in a movie theater anymore. I just rather look at on the internet for, movies I've never seen or more
Not-
interesting to me.
It's 10 years ago. Sorry.
10. Okay. Yeah.
Why
That
did I
sounds
think it
about
was
right.
20?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been 20 because that would take us. It could be 20. Couldn't have been the worst.
Yeah. Okay, John Swatch. Who are Chip and Joanna Gaines? I don't know who they are.
No.
Do you have to hide the MAGA around the liberal Portland ladies, or are they tolerant? These two were very tolerant because that topic came up, and I told them my opinion of Trump, and they almost had a stroke, both of them. And because they said to me, I made some comment about something, and they said, well, what do you do? Watch Fox News? Some ridiculous comment like that. And I said, well, no, but I know reality from propaganda and fiction. And I said, if you really want my opinion, she goes, yeah, tell us. I said, all right. Well, I said, I was part facetious, but only part. I said, I think President Trump was sent here by God to save America from all the damage created on purpose to destroy America by Obama.
Mm-hmm.
That was his mission, And they looked at me like they just stunned. And I said, so I guess you're never going to talk to me ever again. And they said, well,
I was in my son's school, and not his class, but another grade 1 class had like a full-size cutout of Obama and another Obama poster, like "Yes, we can" or something like that.
Yes, we can. Brilliant.
And then another poster with Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was shocked that this was allowed at the school. Now it's not my son's class, so I'm not. I don't have to care, but I was shocked to see that.
Yeah, they won't put up an American flag in the classroom, but they'll put up the tranny LGBTQ flag in the classroom. It's a teacher. If it's that kind of teacher, they'll do that. Yeah. But John Swatch, should have held back more. Do you tell them that after you banged them? I see. Well, that wasn't going to happen with these two. These just, friend types. But,
it could improve the sex. Ever heard of hate fucking?
Hate fucking, yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. You fucking Trump, fucking fuck. Fuck me more, faster. Right. Harder. Right. Amazing. Yeah. No, we still talk, but they were stunned. They couldn't believe it. But what I said was true. They, whatever.
Hey, what do you think about the Epstein files?
Well, I haven't been following the latest news on that, but 100% of everything should be released. I hope everything comes out.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm all for redacting. They can redact names of minors, addresses, home addresses of certain people. Okay. You have to do that. Addresses of minors and stuff. Otherwise, everything should be released completely. And I hope that Adam Schiff.
It depends. It depends. Like, for example, what the Democrats tried to do to gin up Trump was to say that one of the victims was him, but they didn't say that it was Virginia Giuffre who vehemently cleared Trump of any wrongdoing at all. So a full just a blackening out of a victim name is can be very damaging, intentionally or unintentionally. I think that what would make sense at very least is that you replace the name with a pseudonym or a number, and that
Okay.
way we can tell which victim is speaking to what thing.
Well,
and
that's
blah, blah,
fine.
blah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But normally they just black things out. But
Yeah, but I mean,
that
they
confuses
should
things.
reveal. I hope it reveals about Bill Gates and going 40 times to Epstein Island, and Adam Schiff 40 times, and Bill Clinton 28 times, and wearing a dress, the painting with him in the blue dress, and all these degenerate, deviant perverts should all be thrown into Leavenworth.
Yeah.
On multiple charges, and Hillary too. The lesbian.
There's two things out of this. One, is there really anything there if they're willing to release them? Two, couldn't Trump have taken this win a little bit better? You know what I mean? Why was this like pulling nails from him? You know what I mean? Couldn't he have just done what he said he would do and just released the fucking things from the beginning?
Well, I don't know the full timeline detail, but he did say he wanted the full release. It did take some time, a month, but now it's all coming out. He did sign the official whatever he did, and it's all being released.
Yeah.
So, or as opposed,
but also the denials, they said vehemently there is nothing to be released.
I understand that, and I don't get why Pam Bondi said that. Well, I have the Epstein files on my desk, and then she says there are no files. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But the fact is, he did get everything. He did get everything released, as opposed to Obama and Bush and Clinton and all, and Biden, who never released anything like that.
Right. But to just talk in house, not talking about like what the Democrats did. This split the MAGA base for no reason at all. And they were right to I would say I'm on the right side of like those files should have been released. It wasn't a nothing burger. I'm not a Ben Shapiro type. It's like, oh, I trust him. He says it's nothing, then it's nothing. Like, no, that's completely wrong. Trump can fuck things up. And not releasing the Epstein files immediately was a fuck up.
Well, I don't know what took the delay. It's possible there are thousands of pages of documents, and they all each page had to be thoroughly scrutinized before it could be passed on to be okay for release, and that took time. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Breitling's right here. If there was anything on Trump, Biden would have released anything.
Oh yeah, they would have.
100%.
No question. The guy's been under a microscope for the last 10 years, and there's nothing.
So I think what it was, and who knows, we'll see. What it was ultimately, I think Trump thought that there was value to America to protect pedophiles. Like it just comes down to it, as in. These are assets developed by intelligence agencies. We have blackmail on very powerful people all around the world, and we want to retain those assets. It's that simple. Ultimately, he wanted to protect pedophiles for the benefit of America. But see, that's where you get the hard check. It's like, no, this is not what anyone cares.
Well, protecting
F the assets.
Yeah, protecting slime like Adam Schiff offers no benefit to America at all.
Yeah.
And people like that, so.
Yeah. So hopefully we can be done with this, and that there's some precedent set that's like, this is not a country that the top brass will protect pedophiles any longer.
Right.
Although it was so pulling teeth that, I can't really trust that that's true.
Well, he did get the Kennedy files released. And
that was funny. I mean, the initial comments on that, they said, "Oh, there was a second shooter." I'm like, I didn't hear anything about anything after the, it's been a long while now, and I haven't heard anything about it since.
Well, it's pretty much been established who was behind it and what was involved. So, But people are either dead or, well, I guess they're gone. Most of those people, the big majority of them, they've moved on. They're passed on. So,
I'm trying to understand what came out in new release.
well, it was, key people in the CIA wanted them out in conjunction with, and there were mafia connections and huge business connections. The role of LBJ in the thing is still mysterious. I personally don't doubt for a second that he knew all about it. There's lots of people with authoritative knowledge that say there's no question about it. He knew all about it, the planning and what was going to happen. And I can believe that. The guy was an awful person, just awful.
Hmm.
But yeah, well, Breitling, there is no righteousness Democrat, Republican, or independent in politics. Debate policy all day, but trying to debate virtue from one side or the other is laughable. Unfortunately, TDS is often virtue.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it is true. It is true. Very often, one of the biggest things that I think about when listening to a politician speak is often like, why do they think it's appropriate for government to intervene in this way? Why do they think they even have anything at all to be involved? It's as if every single politician feels that they're in charge of literally everything at all times, and so they always have some proposed intervention, like whether it's supporting, regulating, negating, law enforcement. There's always some aspect of control that must be missing from people's lives, regardless of the topic or how niche the subject is.
Well, it's like haters on YouTube. They get involved in just fixated on other people on YouTube, and they spend hours and hours and hours. I mean, dozens of hours a week just fixated on these people they hate. The haters hating the haters. The haters hating the people who they think are the haters, but they're in fact the haters themselves. Which is the funny thing.
Big Meech is offering
Big
some
Meech,
content
Morty.
here.
I hope we can talk AVN awards. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not that well versed, Meech. I keep up with the Japanese side of things. So if you want to enlighten us into any nominees, there are a few names in there that I liked, but yeah, I'm surprised Rebel Rider didn't get just sweeping the board with her work in the last 12 months.
Her work, interesting way you state that. Her body of work. Yeah, I don't know any of the names of people in that business in today. I know the people from way back. Yeah. Do they actually have featured star performers, quote, star performers now, like they used to?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Really?
The productions are bigger than they've ever been. Well, I don't know. There's the 2000s era was definitely a real golden era because of DVD, and they had like feature length movies that had elaborate sets and everything.
Yeah.
Jump on, Meech. It's been a long time. You
Yeah,
can
Meech, hop on.
roast my backpacking gear.
You could talk about the wealthy life of a cattle rancher and farmer. Yeah.
And I might be planning a summer trip, next summer that might go into your neck of the woods, the Midwest. I think I want to avoid Chicago. It's a little too far out, and I don't hear good things.
No, it's a shithole now. I think you would need to be well versed in where you can go and not go in Chicago before going. John Swatch, often wish I cared about anything as much as these people. Often wish I cared about anything. Yeah. Okay. And would you wear your Rolex to Chicago?
Don't wear your Rolex for sure.
Yeah.
I would.
Mm.
So maybe, would I wear it to show? Like, I'm not going on a road trip without my Explorer 2 or a Submariner.
Right. Right.
Geez, Chicago and wearing a Rolex. I think the Explorer 2, I could get away with it. It's pretty simple looking watch compared to, you know, the flashier Rolexes.
Mhm.
And it's got the GMT, although I won't need it. I'm retired now. So it was useful when I was going through, you know, the mountain time, and I had to work at the same time over summer, Pacific time, because I was still working. Now I'm retired. I don't even have to give a shit about, you know, a different time zone than what I'm in. That's true holiday mode. So maybe I just need a time only watch or something. Maybe the Daytona. Go on, mate. Get on here. It's been a long time since we've
Come on,
spoken.
Meech. You can do it. Or anybody else, you know. We got 14 viewers. That's 2 haters, 1 lurker, and the other regular viewers. So. After the AI bubble pops, you'll need that GMT to manage a team in India. Yeah,
Oh,
very good.
jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You know, it's only been, I think, like 7 weeks since I've retired, and it feels like another world. Like I can barely remember what it even felt like to be Sunday evening and stressed about Monday and stuff like that. You know, I am now gone, and sure, taken some big licks on the market in the last couple of weeks, but I don't mind spending maybe $10,000 less next year to keep things in check. The time that I'm spending with my son and moving along on projects I actually want to work on, it's been amazing. I've done a lot of things this week that I just couldn't do if I wasn't retired. Like a friend came down for the Formula One. I spent the morning with him on Thursday. There was a tutor event on Wednesday night, you know, but it started like 4 p.m. That would be work time, and it's like, no, it was perfectly fine. Made a day of it. Yeah, it's just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would do it. Like, as in, like going back, like I don't see how I would do it. Like I've even got something that I think could be a viable SaaS, like a new business. But you know what? I'm just going to put it on the shelf. I don't want to fuck up my life.
First, you got to find the cell phone.
Well, the cell phone, I can let go of that. That's fine. That's okay. That's a few $100 down the toilet. I don't like wasting things, but I've done what I can do. I didn't purposefully lose it. I have no idea how it got lost, but whatever it is, it is. At best, I think maybe it slipped out at some point, maybe on my friend's rant. So I'm going to give him a ping and see if he ever found it. Maybe he found it. He just didn't realize that I had a spare phone.
That retirement is going to be short-lived,
Nasty.
with Bitcoin slowly being outed for what it was, a huge scam. Wow.
So Bitcoin, I never plan to sell. I've never sold anything, never plan to sell. My retirement is based entirely on all of the fiat priced garbage, you know, stocks, and those have been hurting too. Okay, so I'm not saying I'm not hurting. I'm probably going to have to take a haircut on the next year's budget.
What accounted for this month's steep decline in the market?
Basically, all of the AI stocks have taken a huge hit, which includes S&P 500, because you know the number one constituent's Nvidia now. So I have direct holdings of Nvidia, Amazon, and you know S&P 500, a little bit of QQQ. They're all heavily down this month. In addition to Bitcoin being extremely down, like 30%. So it has not been a pretty month. But I've been planning for this. I've got 2 years of money saved up. So as long as the bear market doesn't last longer than 2 years, and in fact it is part of my strategy. So I moved all of my 401k into Bitcoin, and if it goes up, it goes up. Okay, that's a good problem. But one of the things you have to do in early retirement is to convert as much as you can to a Roth, so a vehicle that doesn't have any further taxes owed on it. It's actually really advantageous if in your first year of retirement your 401k goes down, precipitously, like halves. That means you can convert twice as much under the same tax bracket, and then hopefully mean regression will get back to where it needs to be. So volatility is your friend, and I did plan for this, and there's a difference between planning and execution. You just got to lump it. It's the silver lining that I'd planned for, is that the volatility, if it goes down heavily, that means I can convert more. It is what it is.
Yeah, Breitling, I asked him. He said the battery would be dead, so no point in calling the phone. Yeah. Bold strategy, friend.
Yeah, I mean, volatility is useful as long as you don't need the money in that time frame. If there's ways to capitalize on that volatility, make volatility your friend. It can be a good thing. So you pick a security that you think is going to go up, but experiences huge downs and ups. That's actually pretty good to have in your 401k, because that way when it goes down, you can do a Roth conversion.
Meech. Jesus, look, who's the bigger loser, Nikki or Aussie? Nikki took out a massive loan and lost 50% already. It's okay. He doesn't need the money.
That's a completely different business. I am not taking loans yet. I'm not in that business. Where's my book? Jesus Christ. I have a book on understanding debt. Yeah, it's not here. But wow, taking loans and then losing it, that's not good. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Taking out a loan. What, Meech? What was the collateral for the loan? What's the collateral for the loan in this case? That sounds crazy.
3 Yachtmasters for the collateral.
He literally lost 3 Yachtmasters.
He lost 3 Yachtmasters.
He literally lost 3 Yachtmasters.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no. The Yachtmaster collection.
Dude, like I lost like 3
down.
Yachtmasters, dude. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Most 10 to 15 year stretches in the market come out ahead with good diversification and compounding.
Right, exactly.
You
and
lost
I'm not heavily exposed to
you
USD
lost 3
risk.
Jacobin Co's, right? That would be a benefit to lose 3 Jacobin Co's. Yeah.
But I may have to make a video. Like I very, very easily could end up losing $1 million on paper soon. Last time I lost $1 million, I made a video. I'll probably make another video when I've lost another $1 million. But it's just part of investing. You know what I mean? The volatility is there. You don't get nothing for nothing. It's really that simple. You have to learn to take it. You got to be aware of the outcomes. If you can't accept the outcome, don't play. Like it's like insurance. Like if you can't accept the outcome, then you need to do something to safeguard against that outcome. So
right. Oh, I agree with that. My financial loss last month was $8. I bought 5 $2 scratcher lottery tickets for $10, and I won $2, 2 $1 prizes. So my loss was $8, but I was prepared for the full loss, so it was okay.
Are you familiar with the term expected value?
No.
Okay.
If I
So-
was, I don't know what it is now. Yeah.
Okay. So it's where you enumerate the outcomes, and then you put a weight of probability on each outcome,
Mm.
and you you multiply all of the outcomes with their probability, and then you add it all together, and that's your expected value.
Mhm.
So basically, if it was like a heads or tails game where with fair odds, the expected value is 0, because
Mhm.
when you lose, you lose. When you win, you win. But it's 50-50 and even. But when we're doing all this stock market stuff, the expected return is 10% up. But when you're talking about lottery tickets, the expected return is negative.
Well, yeah, the expected return is you're not going to win, but somebody's going to win. That's the lure,
Yeah, Brightling 970 asks, do you play options or covered calls can be good income without major risk exposure? I think covered calls are a really bad idea. Like, I think Ben Felix has a video on covered calls I think you should look at. But basically, everyone assumes you could set a strike price that is reasonable and not too greedy, and you shouldn't get hit. It's not a good idea. Like, limiting your upside potential is just not a good idea. Most of the gains are made in these really big days, and clipping that can really hurt.
Mhm. Mrs. Wilkinson says you remind her of Max Wall.
I
Yeah,
don't know
that
who
is?
Maxwell is.
No
Yeah.
idea.
I'll look up.
Maybe she means Maxwell Smart. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
All right. With Lotto, the state wins because they claw back their money. Well, of course they're going to win. Yeah. Meech, might sell my Batgirl to buy more war stocks. No peace in the Middle East.
Meech has always been on this thing with his broker to buy Lockheed Martin and other government teat sucking companies. Look, I want peace. I thought Trump was going to bring us world peace, and I think this is probably the biggest failure of his presidency. That's been mostly good, but the biggest failure has easily been that the wars have not really stopped. Do we have peace in Israel and Palestine? I'm guessing yes. I don't know, but I mean,
Well, yeah, but you have to understand. Well, you have to understand that all this started because of Obama Biden. Okay, all these conflicts. He's been extraordinarily successful in peace agreements between many countries around the world. The list is well over
his
a
first
dozen.
term was amazing.
Yeah,
His
I
first
forgot the
term was
number of peace
amazing.
treaties he's been responsible for getting signed. Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Rwanda, and all around the world. These things would never have occurred, and he gets no credit for any of that.
Yeah,
It's just
Obama
amazing.
got his Nobel Peace Prize
For nothing.
before he became president,
Yeah, for doing nothing.
for literally doing nothing, just
Yeah.
hope.
Hope.
Yeah. And Trump ushers in literally world peace, and he gets nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's So, Meech capitulating, peak signaled, sell.
Mm. Hey, Meech, yeah. Oh, you still have your back goal? Okay. I wasn't even sure.
Breitling, I think the covered calls depend on the gains already before doing it. With upside comes downside. Income from a covered call can limit losses and improve gains if done right.
I think there may be ways that people have used covered calls that result in 99% of the time they're just getting free money, and then in 1% of the time they might be ruined, but they've just never experienced it. I think it can be quite devastating. In high volatility, environments, like it goes down one day, 10% goes up, 10% next day, but you're capped at 5%. So you've sucked up 6.5% of losses compared to just holding it. And usually that's how gains are made, is in these big regression moves back up. I'm not, and we're not even talking about a daily exposure. We're talking about calls that may be sold for expiries at a month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 months away, or more. I'm not super convinced that anyone actually does this right. And also, more importantly, I don't want that kind of money. As in, I want capital gains. I don't want cash. Cash is the worst because cash is immediately taxed. Capital gains, I never have to pay tax on. Yeah, AI not going to be the issue. Next domino falls private credit, equity, liquidity, crunch. Yeah, that's quite an insight, John's watch.
I'm impressed with the financial literacy of these viewers.
Yeah, there's been a lot of hard money lending, all sorts of finagling of getting money and cash and investment since this era of high interest rates. And you could be quite right. There could be a wall. Yeah, I'm looking at this Max Wall character. You're saying it looks like me? I mean, maybe I can see a little bit of resemblance here and there. I don't know.
I'll look it up. Look him up.
Maybe in certain eras, like when he's wearing something, he's got longer hair.
I don't see the resemblance, but she said you remind. Maybe it's the way you speak, or your intelligence, or lack of intelligence, or demeanor, or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Options are difficult for most to understand. Naked options are the real danger. Yeah, so I can't profess to have used options a lot, but I used to work in finance, and I worked on the model of pricing used for a lot of stock exchanges around the world. And I don't mean like I'm a pioneer in doing this stuff. I mean like I implemented systems that use widely agreed understandings of how options are priced and worked, and so on and so forth. So looking for anomalies in pricing and market making, basically. So I understand the mechanics of them well, but probably only on the individual basis. And covered calls is an option strategy that is on an individual basis, as in you sell a covered call. That's it. You sell a covered call. Like there's a lot of other strategies that involve like tranches of like selling a strike up here and a call down here, and doing all sorts of. I've not read a book on doing option strategies. The only strategy that I'm well versed in now is the box spread. So being able to extract time, basically the risk-free interest rate out of the market. And so there's a really interesting product right now. So, I retired this year, so I've got W-2 income this year. I'm high income this year. I don't really need interest and dividends adding to this year's income number, right? It's going to be at a very high tax bracket. And I don't need that interest and dividends right now. I've got a huge amount of cash banked up. So receiving high interest on my cash money at the moment is like not ideal. So all of my cash is actually in a product called Box, BOXX. And what that does is instead of paying you a dividend or like a money market fund paying you the interest, it actually keeps the growth. And so if you look at Box, it just goes up a little bit, or every day, it just goes up a little bit. So I'm collecting long-term capital gains from what is otherwise the risk-free interest rate. And the way they do that is actually using a box spread strategy. And it's a fantastic product. So I get to hold cash, I get the risk-free interest rate, and I don't have to pay dividend or interest-based tax. I just, when I sell it eventually, it'll be long-term capital gains. But next year I should have no income, or at least the income that I choose based
Yeah.
on my sales and stuff. So it's a fantastic product. And there was a new product released in June. It's an S&P 500 ETF that, instead of distributing dividends, it keeps it within the fund and reinvests it. So you don't have to take dividends. So I think that's an excellent product. A little more dangerous because the fund is very, very small. It only just started in June, and I don't think everyone's clamoring for that. A lot of people still really love dividends, even though, if you really think about it, if you get to the end of like a normal retirement period, like 65, 70, what have you, you're probably receiving like $100,000 in dividends each year that are just going to be straight up income tax.
Do you mix in any fixed income tax-free municipal
Moody
bonds
bonds or
anything?
So I think that would be very interesting, but that's very state dependent. Like the Mooney bonds, like if you live in like New York and California, I think that's where they become enticing. In Nevada, we don't have a state income tax, so I don't think the Mooney bonds make much sense. In general, I'm very, very comfortable with higher risk, higher volatility stuff. But just in preparation for the first few years of retirement, I felt like I should run with a couple of years of cash. But even that, I'm not keeping a straight cash. I use that box product, which is basically like cash, but it also fundamentally isn't cash. But in general, like a lot of, the classic is the 70-30 mix of stocks to, fixed income or bonds or something like that. Mine is 70-30 stocks and Bitcoin.
So it's 70 stock, 25 Bitcoin, 5% comic books.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
a good holding.
Right.
Most mini bonds are federal tax free. Interesting. I'll relook into that. Mooney bonds.
What brokerage do you use to buy box ETF?
My favorite brokerage is Interactive Broker, IBKR. They have the best margin, very powerful tools. Yeah, I like IBKR a lot. In fact, their margin product is so good. It may be a key part of my retirement strategy, as in to be able to select where your income is. So just say dividends produce $50,000 of income, and my expenses are $200,000 a year. I need to pull $150,000 from somewhere. Well, I could probably withdraw down capital gains up to about 128,000 or something like that. So I could get up to about $128,000 worth of capital gains plus the dividends, but there's still a gap for my lifestyle spending. With that, what I could do is I could just borrow against my portfolio. So don't sell and then pay 22, 24, 32% tax bracket, leave the assets in there and then pay the interest rate of, like, at the moment it's like 5 something. It's high, but you're immediately avoiding pretty significant taxes. So I'm still working out on that one. I've still got till 2 years to go before I run out of cash and have to start actually drawing down on assets. So I'll be doing like Monte Carlo sims and stuff like that to make sure that I'm not doing anything wildly wrong. But in the sims I've had,
don't go crazy with the super chats and PayPals and all that. Watch your money.
right? Yeah. The what I have found though is that the risks from funding your lifestyle with debt based on an asset portfolio that's big, suitably big, like 20-30 times your expenses, is the problems start potentially coming up around the 20-year mark. So there's a long time before things can get dangerous. But I tell you what else opens up in 20 years, my Roth. So all of my 401k and Roth should, by that point, well, they'll the principal will be unlocked 5 to 10 years already, because I'll be doing Roth conversions. But when I hit 59, the whole thing opens up, and because there'll be a Roth, I could actually, like, if there's some sort of crash in the market, I could take everything out of my Roth and put it into my IBKR account and not get liquidated. So yeah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of things to do. I don't think I qualify for Social Security, actually. I looked it up, and basically they want you to work for like 18 years minimum, and I only worked in this country for 12 and a half years. Now, maybe I go back to work and do something else. I don't have to be a high earner to get Social Security. It's just a minimum of like 17 or 18 years, and I haven't done that. So, hey, maybe it's worth me doing something on the books or something. I don't know, like say I'm employed and pay some Social Security. Maybe it works out.
How about becoming a pimp of Las Vegas showgirls and AVN performers? Make a nice bit of
lifestyle
money.
job. That sounds good.
Opening up a chicken ranch somewhere in near Carson City. Expats.
Aussie chick, sort of like the Outback Steakhouse of
the Outback Chicken House or whatever.
Outback Chicken Head.
Yeah, you can hire me to work there as the manager / office manager, business manager.
All right.
And you just hang out and watch the profits roll in.
So I'm just asking Claude, if I worked 12 years, can I get Social Security? I was a high earner for those 12 years. Okay. So someone told me conflicting thing to what I just said. So they were in a similar sort of position to me, and then they said that they're going to get it. Oh no, it's saying it's 10 years requirement. So okay, it's saying I've got 48 credits of the needed 40 credits. So maybe I am getting Social Security.
Congratulations.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's okay if I got the average there.
A pimp is much more lucrative for retirement. You can just say you're a consultant. That's right.
Okay, so it's saying I might end up getting half the benefit that most people who have worked, fully, quote unquote, 35 years. Yeah. So the credits are based on your highest 35 years of earning, and me, I've only worked 12, so that is what it is. In fact, when do you have to pay Social Security?
What do you mean when you have to pay?
As in, like, if I get dividends and I sell assets, I have I could have a high income, but I don't also have to pay Social Security, right? That would be news to me. But
you have to ask your
what does
accountant.
qualify? I guess it's as long as it goes through like a payroll or something is when Social Security happens.
Right.
And I think if you run, actually, I just really don't actually know what outside of an obvious job, are there any ways that you would incur a needed deposit to Social Security?
I don't remember deductions for income. I don't remember how that worked. So.
I'm just asking Claude here, are there any other ways in which I would be required to fund Social Security other than, have a job at W-2? Self-employment income. S-corporation employee. Okay, I don't have an S-corp. I've just got an LLC. But self-employment, interesting. If you have
The only
net
thing is, once you
self-employment.
qualify for Social Security, they may have moved the age up to 80 in your case.
Or
Yeah.
85.
Right.
Healthcare is so good. Well,
Okay,
actually,
now-
healthcare is good. It's just that people just don't take care of themselves.
Frank Cannon. Ozzy, do you still hold stocks in the 1930s kitchen units company? Is that a real question, or?
I don't know. It could be someone who's still commenting on my kitchen cabinets, which
Oh, I
aren't
see.
mine. I rent, so. Yeah, it's done through payroll. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, if I'm self-employed, so that would be an interesting one. I don't know what definitionally counts as self-employed. Because I have a YouTube income. Like
Mhm.
I think I got like $40 this year. So I don't know if that counts as something that I'll have to fork out Social Security for.
Mhm.
Max income you pay Social Security tax on a given year is like 170K though. I thought it was 110. Did they up it? Yeah, I thought it was 110. Well, I'm glad that I don't have to pay $40, Social Security on the $40 of YouTube income. I mean, it is going through my LLC, but I guess I don't count as being employed by my.
Right.
No, I don't know. I don't think that's actually that clear. I'll ask Claude. I earned $40 this year from my YouTube channel and spent about $2,000. Do I owe Social Security? So the $2,000 was the trip to Switzerland. That was a really bad idea. Really bad business decision. Did not result in good content. Okay, well, it's saying anything over $400 if I actually was in profit. Okay, next year I predict $10,000 income and 2,000 expenses. Let's see what it says. So I see. No, it's actually saying I would have to pay Social Security, I think. Net earnings 8K, self-employment tax rate 12.4% Social Security and 2.9% Medicare. And then I would owe regular income tax on top of that. Oh, wow.
You might have to get that job at Home Depot.
I think I'd prefer Costco.
Costco, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Costco. They have good. They give you do part-time at Costco. You get full health insurance for your family. I think that's a good deal. Claude Prompt just noted. Yeah, I've heard about different models that snitch on you. What was the extremely snitchy one? I can't remember. Was it Gemini? Just constantly wants to contact the government on your wild hypothesis queries.
I don't know. Yeah.
176K. Wow. It wasn't always that, right? That's moved up or something. Because I remember it was like 110. You're right, base limit 176. Did it used to be lower? No, I wasn't imagining it. When I started work, it was 118,000. Then in 2020, it moved to 137,000. In 2024, 168,000. Okay, yeah, it's been ramping up. Holy wow, That sucks. That sucks a lot. Yeah, that sucks a lot. I'm not glad that you informed me about the Social Security stuff, man. Makes me not want to earn anything. I think I can easily avoid that. If I continue with the upload schedule that I've got, which is like 4 videos a year, I think I'll keep out of trouble pretty easily. Keep 100. What was it?
Keep 10,000 back for new
10,000.
kitchen units. They're 90 years out of date. He doesn't like kitchen cabinetry.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's real wood. I mean, it's better than the IKEA stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the IKEA stuff. Although if you got IKEA kitchen, they're pretty good, but you know, real wood is still better. All right, I think I need to hit the hay.
Yeah,
I had a
definitely.
very early start this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think my daughter climbed into our bed and started kicking me in the head, so I
Uh-huh.
had to get up.
Yeah, John, you're right. I guess these are most stats. These are stats most Americans don't have to worry about. You're probably right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Like professionals in America, my God. I'm still amazed that I earned in any year more than $100,000 US. But I was talking to a friend of mine who's had pretty similar career trajectory to me, but he ended up earning this year $1.1 million.
Mhm.
It's like, wow. Okay, but so much of it goes to tax. It's really not that interesting to be earning like way above 300,000 a year. You know, it's a nice big number, but so much keeps going to tax. It really, you know, you've done a lot for that, and then that just gets stolen.
Just as a information, that's 40 yacht masters. The 1.1 million is 40 yacht masters.
Well, not net of tax.
Right. That's at $27,000. I don't know what that's their actual price or not.
Yeah. What's my net if my W2 gross was 1.2 million or 1.1 million? Shows it. Crank. Wow. Federal tax $420,000. Wow. That is quite a tax bill.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But rest assured that the high income people, you know, like during the Obama years who paid their taxes, they can be satisfied knowing that Obama used their public tax money to build the basketball court at the White House, his indoor basketball court, you know, and stuff.
John's Watch saying went from 100 to 670 1 year, and my tax return got real quick. Didn't know shit then. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Good for you. Anyone who has a lifetime where the top of line tax return says 670K, that's very nice. All right. Thank you. It's
Yeah, you
always fun
bet.
chatting with you, man.
This was
See
a
you,
high
Morty.
IQ show tonight, except for the hate comments I had to address. Right. Very good.
See
Thank you so
around.
much, Ozzy, for showing up on the show. And hope you find your phone, unless you just decide to forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good night. I'll see you later. All right. Wow, that's great. Maybe I do need a more powerful computer to play Wolfenstein Part 2. So I don't know. Wish I knew about fire strategies sooner. I don't know what that refers to. All right, let's take a quick break. Well, let's take a coffee break. I need to stand up and move around, and we'll be back shortly. I just noticed it's 10 minutes to midnight. So perfect. Perfect time to wrap up the show. And so we'll stay here one more minute and then we'll close it out. I want to say a genuine big thank you to Aussie Expat for being on the panel tonight. And our supporters in the chat, 80 Never Calling, Patel Philippe, and 80 Never Calling, Patel Philippe, right? Very good. Okay. Yeah, still here. Watching the other channel, Blondie's there. Ah, very nice. All right. Any last comments? Last insults, comments? Any hate and viciousness or anything? I'm all done on the show here tonight. Let's bring up any pictures we have here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. As we started, we can end like that. Thank you, GD. You too. Hey, John Swatch, thank you very much for the channel support. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Well, real amazing character in history. John Swatch, rereading For Whom the Bell Tolls. You should read the first chapter, Morty. Well, I haven't read that since I don't know when. Really? Okay. I'll do that. Interesting suggestion. I'll check it out. Yeah, and also in the content of YouTube, John. Yeah, GD. So our friend never showed up tonight. How about that? Yeah. Exactly. Not everyone truly appreciates the riveting content, my friend. Well, of course not. It's more fun to look at decapitated heads in a multi-car crash. And the blood and the guts, that attracts people more. It always has. Freak shows were always big business. Always customers ready to pay a dime to look at the freaks. Okay, that'll wrap up the show. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to Aussie Expat for being on the panel and the channel donors tonight. See you soon. Good night.